seafood? Well, I guess along with those sizzling steaks, we do have wood-fired oysters and scallops, beautiful sea bass, fresh Gulf fish and shrimp, and rich Ora King salmon. So yeah, Stabs Prime Steak and Seafood. Jefferson Highway across from Palermo Ristorante. Tell Leo that Kevin sent you. And don't forget, there ain't no cake in that crab cake. Come and see us.
When you've been in the industry for over 20 years, you learn a few things. For one thing, you learn your product inside and out. But you also learn how to ask the right questions and give satisfying answers. Jim's Firearms.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone, up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard, so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on My Plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Something amazing is happening in workplaces everywhere. Devices are learning how people work and adapting to help them get more done. That's because CDW is modernizing experiences with Dell's intelligent portfolio of devices. Thanks to built-in security and AI capabilities, your teams can work smarter wherever they may be. Dell and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Dell Client.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Thursday, February 13th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 62. In hour one of today's show, we'll preview the big-time matchups coming up this weekend for LSU, and we'll talk about some possible roster shakeups for the New Orleans Saints. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hello out there, everybody. I hope that everybody's having a great morning here on the penultimate day before Valentine's Day. It is Thursday, February 13th, 2025. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, Villarreal, and De Los Shop hanging out with you on Off the Bench for the next 3 hours. Guys, so if you want to have a good time or maybe just, stay a little entertained while in your car on the way to work, maybe get to work, you don't want to start work yet, just put us on YouTube, Coming out the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Hit the like button, sub, please, the algorithmic gods and all that. Also, we have our LSU OTB, or our OTB LSU, OTB Saints, all that good stuff. We'll push it later. Very excited for today. I think we got a really good show planned for today. We're going to run the gamut. We're going to talk about a million different sports of both the college and professional varietals. We got a huge weekend coming up here, both in Baton Rouge and with some of your favorite teams on the road. Hope everyone's feeling good this morning. Jakey, you continue to recover from your body shutting down. Where are we at right now? What percentage? Are we up to 70?
Yeah, sure. I think I'm better than Phil, who we were talking about before the show. My percentage a little bit better than his.
Which Phil are we talking about here?
The Hedgehog.
Puxatawny Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 30%.
On what?
Accuracy.
Okay. That's great. That's excellent. That's like y'all are sitting here talking trash about him before the show. Because he showed up and said, what, 6 more weeks of winter?
Yeah. And it makes sense that
Could've
you
fooled
would
us
be
down
okay
here.
with mediocrity and like Derek Carr as your quarterback.
Okay, so 2 things. First off, I don't like Derek Carr. Okay? I don't like Derek Carr.
7 a.m., so I'm not going to say it.
You put something
But you put something very important on the line.
Yeah, and he came through. I'm sorry I was right, guys. You know, I don't like being right. It's just kind of a curse. It's my burden.
Yeah.
Me and Phil, you know. But here's the other thing, guys. It's a rodent.
He's actually never right.
It's a rodent.
Yeah,
70%
I
of
would
the
say
time
30% for a tiny little animal with a brain the size of a peanut is pretty damn good.
I mean, they put a lot of faith in this man. I mean,
Yeah.
they
Too much
televise
faith.
it and everything.
Hell yeah, dude. He's batting 300.
I mean, he's got movies after him. I mean, a lot of things.
Career 300 hitter with one of the best comedies of all time made after him. I'm going to say put him in the Hall. Okay? That's what
The
I'm
Hall of
saying.
Rodents?
Yes. Easily. He's a first ballot
You're going
rodent
to put
Hall
him
of
in there
Famer.
with Sonic, with Ratatouille.
Yes,
Master
absolutely.
Splinter.
Stuart Little.
Master Splinter. We should make a rodent Hall of Fame. Yes,
can do that.
Mickey, Splinter, good call all around. Sonic, yes.
Stuart
all
You're
of
putting
it.
him up
he's
there
in
with
there.
Stuart Little.
Hell yes.
That's crazy.
He goes in before Stuart Little.
Wow.
The best thing Stuart Little did was have a cute little Jonathan Lipnicki star next
you
to
know
him.
what?
God, he was
Phil's
so
not
cute with those
even
little
cute.
glasses, wasn't he? A cute little kid. What is
Phil's
Jonathan
not even
Lipnicki
cute.
doing now? Sorry.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
You would if you saw him.
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire kid.
Oh, the kid from, okay, yeah.
Kid from Stuart Little. Yeah.
Like Mike, all that stuff.
Also a great name.
Love Jerry Maguire. though.
Jonathan
Like
Lipnicki.
Mike. I had not thought about like Mike.
Very syllabic, very fun. Jesse Plemons was in Like Mike,
Jesse
which I
Plemons
did
was
not
in there,
realize
too.
until we randomly had this conversation last week, I believe.
Wait, this is the second time y'all brought up like Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember why it came. I don't know if it was on air or off air last week when we talked about it. But, yeah, I was discussing Like Mike with somebody as they were telling me Jesse Plemons was in there because maybe we were talking about Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons. I don't know. The point is, guys, y'all are sitting here disappointed that a rodent can't get the weather more correct. And I'm saying 30% 's great, along with the fact that he brings a lot of joy and a lot of fun to the town of Puxatawny.
I wouldn't say I'm disappointed in Phil himself. I would say I'm disappointed in us as a society that we put so much into this rodent.
I mean, it felt colder today. True or false?
But
Oh,
last
it's cold
week, what?
outside.
Last
True or
week I was
false?
sweating my ass
True.
off all week.
Okay, but then he sees a shadow, and what happens?
It was before last week.
And
you
it
saw
felt
a
chillier
shadow.
today.
Yeah, it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I mean, what
You
is
do have to
that's
take a little bit of time.
Just to turn on a dime
to
here?
your credit, we can give him a week's grace period for the weather to turn.
I do actually feel like this is something Murphy, Sam, and Jody talk about.
Exactly. So this is how we win.
I do feel like they're probably having the same conversation. Everton tied Liverpool last time they played each other in Goodison Park.
There you
Oh,
go.
let's go.
That's and
Scored like in the literally last seconds to tie it up. So
And-
now it evens. At Goodison Park, Everton and Liverpool had the same amount of wins, and they have like 38 draws. So dead even.
So I don't know if you follow, but DraftKings, kind of for fun, they do a Puxatawny picks, and Phil actually picked Everton to draw. So
Oh, yeah, did he?
how about
Yeah.
that? So you should be thanking him for helping the Blues.
I feel like you made this up.
Yeah,
Of
like
course
it.
I made this
Absolutely
up. Puxatawny
made this
picks
up.
is pretty good though.
It is good, though.
It's good.
Of course I made it up. It's a rodent, guys.
I mean, we act like that's crazy. I mean, the things that you could bet on for the Super Bowl are
True.
Yeah.
wild. Like, we accept them now because they've been going on for years, but like the fact that we can bet on the color of Gatorade that the coach is going to get thrown upon him is wild.
Donna
When
Kelsey,
like that information is also
Yeah.
easily like leakable and findable and whatnot. I will say this, talking to it was Jerry Avallo, right? Avallo last week. Sneaky, maybe my best interview of the week, the head's odds maker of DraftKings. And we were kind of talking about that. And it's just, they limit it. It's like the sports books could care less. They're not making or losing any nut on those. That is just to drive people to talk about it and be engaged and whatnot. I'll tell you what is pretty shocking is how he said that this Super Bowl was kind of a stay away spot for the Sharps, that the line had not moved, that nobody could really tell with it.
At all, yeah.
So for that game to end up like it did, once again proves just how impressive the Eagles' performance was and just completely dismantling the Kansas City Chiefs and now starting off news cycles of it's the Chiefs empire, their dynasty over, blah, blah, blah. Which actually I do want to talk about Travis Kelce and the Chiefs maybe in the second hour of the show. We go a bit more national. But how are we feeling, Alondra? Taylor, besides trying to victory lap mental superiority over a rodent, how else are we doing this morning?
I never said that I was mentally superior to. I am
because
it's a rodent, but I never said it. I'm not victory lapping it.
I like now that I just got you to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. I never said I was smarter than a rodent, okay?
I am.
Got him.
Got him. Yeah, I feel good. The only thing I'll say is that I don't love that Alex Bregman's going to be a Red Sox. But
wait, so I saw some of this yesterday. It was down to like Red Sox, Cubs, somebody else.
Well, the
Tigers.
The Red Sox had the third best odds yesterday.
And they're winning now. Or they won.
They won.
Oh, they shined it. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't love that, but is what it is.
You're an Astros fan? Or a Bregman fan?
I like Bregman.
Okay.
I would say Bregman's like one of the biggest reasons I came to LSU. But
really,
LSU baseball has always been like my favorite thing ever. But yeah, I don't love it because I don't know.
You just don't like the Red Sox.
I don't like the Red Sox, but $120 million is a pretty good payday.
Got to be a shorter contract, I'm imagining.
3 years.
It's 3 years.
Yep.
So it's
good
a pretty
for
good one for him.
Good for Breggy. I get kind of a lot of MLB stuff through osmosis. It seems like people were maybe a little fed up with the drama of the Bregman free agency, but it appears now that's at an end.
I mean, I think we all knew that he wasn't going to re-sign with the Astros. It was just a matter of where he was
going to play
go.
short?
Second.
Yeah.
They already got people at first and third.
Now, the reports are the Tigers offered him 6 years, $171 million.
Mm-hmm.
The Astros were around 6 years, $156 million. So
definitely taking 3 years.
3 for 120, yeah, feels like the absolute right move.
Especially because baseball's, even if he plays okay, he'll still get another contract that will equal more than whatever those first two that you just mentioned were.
And Alex Cora, of course, did manage him in Houston.
Yeah.
So there's that tie. So, this makes all the sense in the world.
Alex Cora, another famous LSU baseball name. He didn't play for LSU. You know what I'm talking about. Him sitting there, lying on the field as all of his national championship dreams evaporate in front of his eyes. Legendary shot. Tay, how are we doing today?
Yeah, we're doing good.
What are you taking and baking this morning?
Not much of a baker taking. I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling. See how we're feeling later. Should be over pretty much whatever friggin' cold or whatever I contracted Tuesday. But
damn, so everybody's just getting sick around here.
We're on the backside of it. We're feeling
we gotta
good.
Hold it down, dude.
We're feeling good.
And why wouldn't you feel good? Because we have a massive weekend coming up here in Baton Rouge. Let's go ahead, though, and get this thing started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Every day I talk to you about Tiger Labor and Staffing being your reliable local solution for staffing needs, for warehouse, construction, or manufacturing positions. But I want to remind you that at Tiger Labor, we truly vet the employees, okay? We build relationships for them rather than just looking at the job history on paper. We get to know every potential employee during the in-person onboarding process and every single morning over a cup of coffee. We also have the shortest hiring terms in the industry at 60 days, and we do this because we understand the quality employees we have, and we want your business to succeed. To go to Tiger Labor and Staffing. Yeah, man, big weekend, and it kicks off tomorrow afternoon with LSU Purdue, like Fort Wayne or whatever. Or was that? Do we know anything more about the weather changes? I forgot to look that up.
Kind of about the same as it was.
Still just 2 p.m. first pitch on Friday. No rescheduled Saturday yet. So it's going to get underway 2 p.m. tomorrow in the box, opening day. I don't know if the sun will be out or not, but I imagine it'll feel pretty good outside. And it's going to be your first look. The starting pitchers are announced. We got Cade Anderson getting the first crack at the Friday spot. And Cade talking about how, he thinks we have like 5 potential Friday guys on this roster right now. And so if he's going to maintain that spot, he's going to have to play at a really high level. Cannot wait to get eyes on the lefty. A lefty Friday night guy. Like I said, Tom Glavine-esque. Let's go. Dominant lefty. Love it. Can't wait for that. Anybody going to opening day? Jake, I know you were maybe your family's going.
Yeah, my family plans on going while I'm working.
Hell yeah. Alondra, are you going to get out there?
I'm working the game.
Okay.
But I'll be there Saturday.
Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
There is a Saturday.
She'll maybe be there Saturday.
Maybe Sunday then.
Yeah, true. What about you, Tay? You go?
No, I'd love to, but like the early pitch, I kind of work later on Fridays, and then it'd be in Valentine's, taking the wife out later that evening. So no.
Yeah, Valentine's is tough. I was a bit surprised. Come by, the neighborhood dads are going together, and I don't know. I don't think I could swing that.
If your wife is into or if your wife's into baseball, I feel like that'd be a perfect.
No, it'd be great, but they're going with each other.
Oh,
just the bros. Yeah. Just the bros.
In 2027,
they offered me a chair in the corner of the room, but I can't make it.
What do you?
In 2027, Valentine's and the Super Bowl on the same day.
Really?
Yep.
February 14th Super Bowl. Is that early or late?
That feels late.
It feels really late,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, not doing anything that Valentine's Day. Or no, actually, I hope to do the same thing I did this Super Bowl, which was my most favorite Super Bowl in years, which is just sit at home and grill and eat food and hang out with the family. It's awesome. So we got opening day coming up where we start to, again, like we said, it's kind of like your first date with this new LSU baseball team. But then it cranks up, man. Get out to the PMAC Friday night. Number 1, Oklahoma against number 2, LSU. Probably the two most successful gymnastics programs of our eras. The teams that have been trading national championships here. It's the first 1v2 meet in Baton Rouge since 2021. It's going to be at 8 p.m. It's going to be on ESPN. How about that? Again, I really wanted to go to that, but the Valentine's, and also it's a little late for 8 p.m. So I don't know if my daughters could quite hang that late. I've done it in the past, and my youngest, she ended up sleeping on me the second half of the meet. But again, guys, if you have never been to an LSU meet, I'm sure the tickets are already, if they're not sold out, they're damn near sold out. But if you have never been to an LSU meet, it is one of the most electric sporting events I've ever been to. It's constantly moving, action on all sides. Every time a great routine is stuck, the crowd pop is fantastic and invigorating. And again, there's a lot on the line. 1v2. As this LSU team came back with a mission to take home another natty, make it back-to-back. So you got Haley Bryant back, so you got everybody back. So I can't wait. I'll probably watch that at home, though, honestly. That's going to be, because I think gymnastics is a great television sport as well. So really looking forward to that. And then on Sunday, although it's not happening in Baton Rouge, you have is LSU ranked second right now in women's basketball? Yeah, you have number 2 versus number 3 Texas. And it comes at a time when this LSU women's team, LSU's 5, okay, number 3 Texas against number 5 LSU, a top 5 matchup in Austin. And it comes at a time where LSU is still being projected as a 2 seed by most outlets. With a win, they can maybe bump themselves up to being a 1 seed. So, I mean, guys, if you love sports of all kinds, this weekend has something for all of you. And I'm sure the LSU men's teams plays as well, but I know.
Hey, they played last night.
Yeah.
You wanna recap it?
I know they didn't shoot well, and they lost to Arkansas.
They lost.
Yeah.
There's your recap. They lost again.
Wait, how many is that in a row now?
7 in a row.
So the Pelicans and the LSU men's team just trying to out-duel each other in a race to the bottom. Both seeing who can dig their own grave faster.
But wait, did the Pelicans still have 12 wins?
I am unsure, to be honest. Last I checked, they were on a 9-game losing streak.
Because LSU has 12 wins.
Oh,
these teams
man.
both have the exact same.
LSU women's, I mean, there's only one undefeated team left in the country. That's UCLA. Everybody else has at least 2 losses, except LSU, who's only got 1.
Let's go.
So 25-1, still behind South Carolina, who they lost to, so that makes sense. 22-2, Texas 24-2, who just beat South Carolina. Then Notre Dame 21-2. The teams ahead of them outside of UCLA at 23-0.
Yeah, the Advocate started their kind of bracketology previews here, and LSU right now 5-1 in quad 1 games thus far. So they haven't played a ton of them, but They have at least 4 more quad 1 games on this regular season schedule, with Texas Sunday at number 17 Kentucky, at number 21 Alabama, and then home against the number 11 Ole Miss. So we are going to, like Faramir says in Lord of the Rings, right? This is the perfect opportunity for this LSU women's team to prove their quality. So again, guys, what a weekend, a blessed weekend here in Baton Rouge if you're a sports fan. And really, if you want to get out and do something with the family, that's another thing about the gymnastics meets are just excellent for kids because there are no breaks. You know, kids are just always like ADD and looking all around. Like there's always a routine going on, always something going down, always cheering going down. Excited to talk to Jay Clark about this matchup coming up tomorrow. But pack out the PMAC. Watch the women's game on Sunday. Pack out the box this weekend, and let's have ourselves a time. And here's Toby, and everybody has a good Valentine's Day. You know? All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench, let's talk a little New Orleans Saints as the Kellen Moore era has begun and rumors are swirling about what will be done. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
That's right, baby. R&B Thursday. How about this? Happy birthday to Henry. What's up, man? Hope you're doing great. Obviously, your father's raising you the right way. He's here in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, and his name is Gandalf the Purple and Gold. Love to see it. Happy birthday, hen dog. Tear it up. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Short list.
All right,
Exactly. Exactly.
Happy birthday, Henry.
Bayou Soul, this is my song.
Happy birthday, Henry.
T-Bob, how mad are you that your
Hank.
screen name cannot be Gandalf the Purple and Gold now?
I'm not mad because all it means is that there's more of us out there. You know? Real recognize real. That's my brother in arms. Turn this up. Henry, go sing this to that girl you got a crush on. I'm just kidding. I don't know how old you are. You don't need to be talking about girls.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Henry's of age.
True.
Maybe he's...
Well, they said they listen to the carpool line every day, so he's not driving himself to
Maybe
school.
he's 13, 14.
That's true.
You
Oh,
know?
God.
It's true.
If you're 13 or 14, hen dog, look, man, it gets better. I don't know. Very insecure time for me. Kind of awoken to start caring about girls. They don't care about you when you're
I feel like
short, little, chubby, buzzed, pale, braces having kid.
I was thriving at 13.
I guess everybody, you know, guess it goes a little different for everybody.
I didn't start thriving till like now in my life. So
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's how you hit your stride at some point.
Right. It's never too late, Henry.
I mean, I looked a bit like a homeless predator just a few years ago. So, you know, just keep.
That's not
driving.
far off. You.
What a way to describe yourself.
Yeah.
I did it all for a natty. I did it all for the natty. So let's talk a little New Orleans Saints here.
Good luck, Henry.
Good luck, man. Have a great birthday, brother.
Shout out, Henry.
So sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, stop looking at chat. So the Kellen Moore era has begun in earnest here in New Orleans, which means rumors are starting to swirl about what are some of the first moves that Kellen Moore is going to make. And according to an Ian report, he said yesterday, quote, "They have a decision coming on Taysom Hill. It's hard to imagine he'd be back on the Saints in New Orleans," which is kind of funny. Like, yeah, where else would the Saints be? But it's hard to imagine he'd be back in the Saints, but I guess anything is possible. So not fully committing. And by the way, John Sigler of Saints Wire did a really good write-up on this, laying out the cap situation that we're leaning on for this segment. But you're like, okay, well, why is Taysom Hill's name coming up in the crosshairs here? Well, because think about it, we all love Taysom Hill, right? He's been one of the few bright spots. He was really the only bright spot of the DA era. If anything, too much meat was left on the bone in regards to Taysom Hill. You should have leaned into him more earlier than you did. Kubiak did a really good job with him pre-injury, but the other 2 years, it was like even though he was consistently producing, you weren't leaning into him. So you're like, well, why are we talking about Taysom Hill? Wouldn't he be one of the few positive parts carrying for it? Well, it starts with the cap. The Saints are over the cap, and you're looking to reset everything. Right now, Taysom Hill has the third biggest cap hit on the team. You got Derek Carr, of course, with the $51 million. He's not making $51 this year, but because of how they did the contract, it's a $51 million cap hit this year. You have Cam Jordan at a $20 million cap hit, and then right behind Cam, Taysom Hill at $18 million. Now, of course, Taysom Hill is also going to be 35 when this new season starts, and he's coming off of a major knee injury. As John points out, Kellen Moore actually turns 37 in July. So he's probably thinking like, man, I feel pretty old. And this guy's about to be 35. I don't know about that. So so there's the cap reasons, there's age reasons, there's injury concerns, and then who knows if Kellen Moore thinks of that sort of Swiss Army knife as an integral part of his offense? Or is a realistic one to build around if it's a bit unreliable and if there's no real other analog for him, right? Like, are you going to find another Taysom Hill?
Right.
That's the thing about his skill set. How do you replace a player in that position when his skill set seems to be unto himself? So, as Report is saying, there's a lot of reasons why Taysom Hill may not be back in a New Orleans Saints uniform. Now, if you release him as a post-June 1 designation, if you release him now, you save nothing. If you give him, you get 2 of these tags. If you release him as a post-June 1st designation, you'll save $10 million. But again, you only get 2 of those tags. So what do you do with Derek Carr? What do you do with Cam Jordan? Because 2 of those 3 are probably going to get cut with this designation to try to save as much money as possible. I'll say this. If it is the end of the Taysom Hill era, I think we'll look back on, or at least I will look back and think about just poor timing, because he really seemed these last few years like he had figured out his role. He gave up on trying to be a traditional quarterback. He was committed to blocking and tight, and it was really starting to flourish. But it flourished at a time when everything else on the team was going wrong. And so he never got to be as integral of a part of a major run as you would have hoped for a player with such a unique and exciting skill set.
Yeah, this wouldn't be because of performance.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's been in there, he's been really good. He gives you that X factor that nobody else in the NFL really has, and a guy that can run by you, over you, throw by you, catch over you. I mean, like all the things that he can do, nobody else can do.
Yeah.
But I think because of his style of play, he's not been able to stay healthy. Now, you could go back to college. He didn't have the best success staying healthy at BYU either. So it's kind of followed him throughout his career.
How many torn ACLs does that man have?
All of them.
Like 5?
However many you can have.
I don't even think I'm exaggerating when I think it's at least 4. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, and so he just, unfortunately, his body, and maybe it's because of the style of play, because, I mean, he's in great shape. That's the obvious thing, but his body has failed him, and he's not able to be in there. And if he was fully healthy, maybe you consider it, but I just don't know that, and I hate it because I love his style of play. I think he brings a lot to the table, but I just don't know that your 3 biggest cap hits can be players that aren't going to help you moving forward.
No, exactly, right? As we start the new era and it's wipe the slate clean time, that's a lot of money tied up into players who are on their way out. They're not even on the back 9. They're closing in on getting back to the clubhouse here. And Kellen Moore is looking to reset everything. Now, the Cam Jordan thing is interesting to me. I feel like, Derek Carr, of course, everybody's like, just cut him. Taysom too, while he's kind of beloved. Like, cut him. Cam, Cam said yes last week at Super Bowl week. He's going to be a Saint till it's over, whatever that may entail. I'm not sure what you do with Cam Jordan, because he is someone, like, we always yell about how we want players to take hometown discounts. We want players to be loyal to the teams. I mean, he's been that. He never maximized his value like he could have when he was in his physical prime, when he was playing 98% of the plays, maybe maybe the best, but definitely like a top 3 edge defender in terms of both run and pass, stacking 10 sack seasons. And he's not that anymore, but he's still a great leader. So I mean, again, 2 of the 3 are going to get that designation. Probably 2 of the 3 are going to get cut. What do you do?
It's tough because you're right. I mean, Cam Jordan is somebody that is going to forever be a franchise player. He's going to have his number up at the top of the Superdome one day. Like, without question, that's going to happen. He is a potential Hall of Fame player, and you never want to send that player packing. You don't want that to be the last memory you have of him as a Saint, but, last year the play just wasn't there. I mean, he graded out at 58% last year overall. Yeah. Now, it did get better. There was some really, really rough times in the middle of the season, and it did end much stronger than it was at the middle portion of the season, but still, I mean, pass rush grade was 54, and that's kind of what he's, always been able to hang his hat on. And certainly, like, we thought maybe moving him inside later in his career, he would still be able to give you that, and just wasn't able to give you that. And so you got some tough choices to make. And nobody wants to see that happen, but you also have to do what's best for the team.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I guess it all comes down to how does Kellen Moore feel about Derek Carr? Does he think that that it's just because of the relative you still would not save a ton by cutting Carr, even with that post-June 1 designation? And so, again, does he think that Derek Carr is the right guy to just lead this year one, try to win what you can, and then move on? Or are we going full rebuild? Because if that's, like, for me personally, trying to maintain a semblance of culture and leadership in that locker room, I'd probably do Carr and Hill here and keep Jordan and restart the quarterback journey. Now, I'll tell you next segment what I do there to restart the quarterback journey. But that's what I would do. All right.
I think I know where you're going to go with.
When we get back, I'll give you the solution.
Every year.
Yeah, and we're back, baby. It's that time of year. Love is in the air. I'm going to tell you who I love next year in OTB.
Off the bench.
CentralPlumbing.org. CentralPlumbing.org. 925-8552. Central Plumbing is there for you because they have 24/7 emergency service, licensed, bonded, and insured employees that you can trust who are coming into your home. Excellent warranty work once the work is done. So afterwards, you're like, oh, that's great. And flat rate pricing. So this ain't like, food delivery app where you go to check out and your price doubles. You're like, what the hell just happened? Not the case at Central Plumbing. They've been at it for 50 years too, guys. So experience, okay? They're basically the Gandalf of plumbing. One of the Asari. No one knows where the two blue wizards went, right? Of course. They went to Central Plumbing. They've been there the entire time. It ain't magic. It's just hard work and elbow grease. Go to centralplumbing.org.
The two who?
The two blue wizards, of the Asari. Of course, we know about Saruman, we know about Radagast, we know about Gandalf. We don't know what happened to them. They went east into Rune. We didn't know they came to Baton Rouge. But they did.
Oh, and they went to Central Plumbing. Yep. Centralplumbing.org. 225-925-8552.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
You'll really love the savings today at High Neighbor.
Today?
Yep, today. USDA Select bone-in ribeye steaks, $8.99 a pound. Lean and meaty baby back or St. Louis style ribs, $2.99 a pound. Whole cooked lobsters, $12.99 a pound. For your sweetheart, a dozen roses, $19.99. And speaking of sweet, how many king cakes do you have, Lisa Taplin?
Oh, 7. I try to get it for the kids, and I want everybody to have their own little special king cakes.
Hi, neighbor.
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Now, this is what Henry needs to be singing. Oh, no?
Yeah.
We don't know how old Henry is, okay?
Hey,
Boys
no
to
matter.
Men is for all ages.
Also,
Boys to Men.
if you're young,
True.
breaking this out, like that's even more impressive.
I think so as well. I mean, there was so many songs that you would just sing or you'd play, for somebody like in middle school. Like, man, you had no idea what it was actually saying, but you knew Boys to Men was telling a story, and you were going to let them do their work. You know what I mean?
Okay, yes. Yeah, no, 100%, dude. I know exactly what you're saying.
Shout out Hank.
The only problem is I did not have that advanced musical taste in junior high. For me, it was probably like Drops of Jupiter.
Hey,
yeah.
Gandalf gave us an update, T-Bob.
Drops of Jupiter.
It's a good song. I still love Drops
song.
of Jupiter, but it's not nearly as cool as busting out Boys to Men for Janie Elrod at 7th grade.
Henry
Janie Elrod.
has a girlfriend.
What?
Gandalf just posted it.
There we go, dude.
Henry,
Let's go
this is for
ahead.
her.
How you think Henry got the
Yeah,
girlfriend?
he's dropping these songs.
I'll buy lunch for you. You just got to change it a little bit, Henry. That's it, man.
What about
you need a
Great
boy
song,
version
though.
of all Boys to Men song.
Yeah. Like the, what did it used to be? Kids Bop?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Where Kids Bop would take very risque songs
Yeah.
Yes.
and just,
I
slightly
think they did
change
WAP.
them. They probably, I
Probably.
think Kids Pop probably has like Get Low.
Yeah.
Just somehow with everything changed up.
I don't know if we still have it over on SiriusXM, but we used to have a Kid Bop channel. Like the songs that they made for the
Hell
the
yeah.
CDs, like they had their own channel.
Do
I mean,
still
they
have
made
Disney?
a lot of music.
It might have been a pop-up
You got to do
channel.
something with that catalog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You bought it.
You could just put on
Right?
tape after tape.
I'm
You
saying,
run
dude,
it.
once CDs go out too, like Kids Bop's got to, okay, we got to pivot. Let's just make a radio station.
See, we need songs like this that tell a story and that you can feel this man's pain.
So they had.
You
I
can feel the
know,
trials
right?
and
I love
tribulations he's
that.
going through.
They had Kids Bop, but then do y'all remember? Y'all may not. I don't know if they were out when y'all were in like middle
Now
school and
that's
everything.
what I call music.
Kind
Yeah,
of, but it was
definitely
like
remember those.
it was like now 16, now 17.
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
what it
targeting.
is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
now
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I call
It was
she's
like
talking
targeting
about,
that
yeah.
age group, and they had
Yeah.
like a now 18 and all that. I remember.
Oh,
those.
I just always assumed that was like, this is the 18th. Now that's
Yeah,
what I call music
that's
they were
what it
releasing.
is.
I don't think it was actually, I don't think the number had to do with the age. I think it was the
Yeah,
series.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's just they kept releasing them and releasing them.
My first ever CD was a Now That's What I Call Music CD.
Hell
and
yeah.
it had like JoJo on it. It had Sierra. It had
JoJo Siwa?
Ashley Simpson.
Shout out
that
Ashley
one
Simpson.
banger that she had.
Shout out Ryan Cabrera.
Kelly
Higher the
Clarkson
hair,
was on
closer
it.
to God. That man must have
Yeah.
been living in
Ryan
heaven.
Cabrera.
I mean, he had some hits though.
The ski ramp hairstyle, Cabrera took it just to the nth degree, right? He was like, "What if I just made a mega ramp?"
Yeah.
What if I basically took Photoshop and just enlarged everybody else's hair? God, it was unbelievable. I used to try to rock
I don't know how GAC was, but that was like the Evangel cut.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And the puka shells. All
yeah, how high can it get up there? Is there going to be some blonde in there somewhere? Probably so.
Yeah.
So, speaking of who I'm in love with, it's the man who had the best
y'all
week.
Gotta stop.
The man who had because I got actual reasons here. But first, look at our guys. Look at our guys' week in New Orleans here.
Said it once, you said it 100 times this season. If we're gonna do it big, we're gonna do it big. Then, how big is this moment?
It's the biggest.
There's nothing better than raise your hand if you want the purple drink on. Will you come get some beignets? I'm your boss sports correspondent. I just learned how to ride a bike today. I got a chance to get my last interview next to one of Bert Price's nipples. Who can eat the best of it? Who can eat the best of it? The question that we all want to know is, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? I need some ladies. I know some ladies eat some beignets. Where you at? Can I help you with your celebration? I know at family reunions we talk about the cha-cha slide. I want you to slide to the left. Slide to the right. Oh, he did it! Oh my God! I want to meet you in person. I would love to buy you dinner on your boat. Treasure, matey. Happy. Ain't no beach like these beach. I love you.
The largest, the biggest, the largest. Stuffing Cali plug weed in the blunt. Let my
I don't think anybody had a better Super Bowl week than did Jameis Winston. So hear me out, guys. I said last segment, cut Carr, cut Hill. Jameis is the answer. And I know he's not good, but that's kind of the point. That's why he's the perfect quarterback for this moment of Saints football, okay? He'll give you a ton of fun moments, but not enough to win a ton of games because he'll balance it out with a ton of crazy mistakes. But the vibes will be at an all-time high. And you'll have as much fun as possible while still losing and then get the high draft pick. I mean, who says no? Why?
This is
what do you want, Kirk Cousins?
No.
This is the only time I've been with you on this. Because my question was always, if you bring in Jameis,
y'all, this is so bad.
Are you trying to lose? If you're trying to lose,
yes, exactly.
Jameis Winston is a good quarterback to have. If you're trying to find your next franchise quarterback, Jameis Winston is the wrong guy to have.
I agree. I
always saw it as like a way to bridge the gap between.
Yeah, we've been here, done that.
No, we did it. Dennis Allen ruined it.
That's what Jameis should be doing. That was electric. That's what he needs to do right now.
He could do that right now as a Saints quarterback.
No, you drafted a guy in Spencer Rattler that has first-round traits. Allow Kellen Moore to try to get all of those out of him. See what you have in Spencer Rattler. You have been there, done that with Jameis.
He could learn from Jameis.
Learn what?
Learn how to be a quarterback, a man, an entertainer.
No. We don't. No. Look, I get it. We all love Jameis. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I don't want Spencer Rattler to become Jameis Winston if he's on the New Orleans Saints. Not if you want him to be a good quarterback. Love Jameis Winston, not a great NFL
How about
quarterback.
this? Jameis teaches him what not to do.
Exactly. It's like the Berenstein Bears. Papa Bear used to always be screwing things up and then be like, see, that's what you don't do.
Yeah.
Also, look, Jameis's time here was ruined by Dennis Allen.
It was.
Bottom line. Full stop. And Pete Carmichael. Freaking four-eyed nerd. I'm just kidding, Pete. You gave a lot of good years to the city. I apologize. I'm just kind of popping
again. Like I love Jameis, but I love Jameis doing that.
Yes.
Like that is hilarious. That is energetic. That is something that everybody can get behind. Nobody needs to get behind him being the Saints starting quarterback anymore.
But
that just does not need to happen.
Manning. I want Arch Manning. If that's going to happen, we got to have Jameis.
All right. Well, Kellen Moore is not going to try to tank in his first year because NFL coaches sometimes only get 1 year. And it's not going to be with Jameis Winston. Again, like, why would we not want to see more of that from Jameis? Like, every week he goes to the game of the week and he tours the city for 3 days. I'll sign up for that.
Chat does bring up Did y'all see James and Kreischer talking about how catching a kickoff feels like staring at the sky while 11 ostriches are running towards you and you have a banana on your nose?
It makes sense.
That was one of the funniest things I've heard. And you could tell Kreischer was like, oh, my God, that's like actually funny. He started dying laughing. Okay. Look, man, that's fine.
He did call him Kershaw to start the interview.
But to be fair.
And he loved that too.
I do not know his last name.
Kreischer.
I bounce back and forth between Kirshner, Kreischer, like Kreischer. There's no N?
No. Kreischer.
See? That's what I'm talking about. Tough last name. Spell it, Mr. Spelling Bee.
I think I can actually do this. Kriescher.
I have no idea.
We
Sounds
don't
right,
know.
though, actually.
That might actually be right.
Wait, let me see. Hold on.
All right. When we get back, close out hour 1.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com, guys. He's not a bad quarterback. That's right. That's right. That's right. Shut up. You watch Cooper Rush every Sunday. Go to All-Star Toyota, Baton
probably
Rouge.
better than Jameis this year.
Good. I don't want to. I mean, Cooper Bush, get out of here. Bush League, not into it. I am into All-Star Toyota because we make it easy to get the car of your dreams. Or look, whether it's a specific type of car, you want to search by make and model, you want a used vehicle where you still get great warranty coverage, you want to rent, you want to lease, you want to buy, we got it all. At our line of good, we'll go to All-Star Toyota, Baton Rouge.
Go to the website today, buy new, leasing, renting, whatever you're looking to get done. They can help you out. And if you've got a trip coming up for the Mardi Gras break coming up, then go ahead and rent that Toyota. Save miles on your vehicle. Maybe you need something bigger. Maybe you want something better on gas mileage, whatever it might be. Go to the website today, allstartoyota.batonrouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet.
I love that little ooh, woo, woo.
Every time you come around me,
Here it comes.
Man, that's like early 2000s. Joe also had a couple bangers.
We're heading, y'all. Welcome back, OTB.
I know it's not R&B, but have y'all seen that video of Patricia O'Neal talking about why white people love Creep so much?
No.
Creep by Radiohead?
No.
Oh
Dude,
gosh.
I haven't thought about Patrice O'Neal in years.
That little
I
part
used to listen to him on Opie and Anthony back in the day.
where you were like,
Opie
I like the, that reminded me of it. I'll show you in the break. It's so funny.
Yeah, Patrice O'Neal was very funny on the show. Opie and Anthony was a good show. You know when I say, taking a break, Chipper?
Yeah.
That's an Opie and Anthony thing. It's, who's their little super freaky dude that they used to have on the show with them? God, I can't remember now. He was ahead of his time, though.
Making a playlist for somebody is not as good as making a burnt CD for them.
Yeah.
I feel like when you made a burnt CD, like you had to understand the TLC that went into that. Not only did you had to go buy the CDs, you had to take the time to download them onto your computer.
Yep.
You had to give your family computer a virus in the process.
Yep.
And then you had to wait on the CD to actually, burn itself.
It would take forever, too.
That was a full day commitment.
Yeah.
But what's a bigger deal, burning a CD or even the more old school that you talk about, like recording songs off the radio into a custom mixtape?
Yeah. That was a lot of work, and you had to, like, the timing of it, like having to jump over the bed to hit the two buttons at the same time to record. But there was always a chance you were going to give your family computer a virus on LimeWire from downloading Joe's I Want to Know.
Yeah. I mean, true. True, and downloading took forever.
Forever.
All night long. If anybody picks up the phone, that can screw you. All that work done.
Like, you hear that noise, you're like,
God,
out
play
the
me the
window.
AOL sound just so I can mainline some nostalgia going into hour 2. All right, sorry for the short term, guys. That's on me. Do better next hour. Relax, okay. We got a big hour coming up. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to yourgoodwood.com. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We're no longer settling for mediocrity in our sex life nor life itself. So if you think you may be suffering from low T or you're just low energy, you don't feel good, you don't feel like you used to, you're feeling old, you don't have to go quietly into that good night. Don't give up without a fight. Get your ass into Goodwood. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. You got ED? Okay. Accept it. Let's fix it. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. It's that easy. Yourgoodwood.com.
Go to the website today. Find a list of services they can help you with right there on the homepage. You can find pricing on the homepage, and you also can book your appointment right there on the homepage. So it's incredibly easy. Go ahead and get that done. Live your life without fear or embarrassment. Again, the website is yourgoodwood.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Thursday, February 13th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 63 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll talk some LSU football recruiting news, and we'll preview the big weekend coming up for LSU athletics. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What up, y'all? Welcome in hour number 2 of OTB here on 104.5 ESPN. Hope everybody's having a great morning today, guys. Hit the like button, all that good stuff. I also should mention, as we need to start having Coach Tarina back on the show every week. But my guy Jetpack reminding me as we talk about a big weekend for LSU. Of course, you mentioned the open of the show. We talked about the fact that, look, baseball opening day tomorrow in the box. Absolutely love that. Your first date on Valentine's Day with this new baseball team. Very apropos. Of course, Friday night, 8 p.m. on ESPN1, number 1 versus number 2 in the country for gymnastics. Oklahoma and LSU squaring up. Can't wait for that. Sunday, the LSU women's basketball team heads to Austin for a top 5 matchup against the Longhorns. And LSU softball is going to be hosting Virginia Tech and Northwestern this weekend, which means the berm is back. Speaking of great ways to take in a sporting event, that outfield, the berm, right? That outfield grassy knoll where the kids can run around, parents can drink beer, watch elite softball. It is absolutely fantastic. And I'm excited to see what Jaden Heavener can do here in her second game. I mean, what was it? Perfect game out the gates. Unbelievable. He also mentions Torrey Edwards hit 3 nukes last weekend. Of course, LSU went a perfect 5-0 last weekend. So
that
the
was
LSU
a grand slam.
softball team, really?
Mm-hmm.
The LSU softball team back in action, playing host to Virginia Tech and Northwestern this weekend. Definitely looking forward to that.
UT Arlington, too.
And UT Arlington. Thank you. And then Bilbo says, big weekend as the LSU track and field distance team heads to Boston and the sprint team heads to Arkansas for the Tyson Chicken Invitational. I mean, yeah, like LSU Arkansas track is always a massive, massive deal. Sasquatch giving us some further context, saying Northwestern and Virginia Tech are both ranked. Damn, I really missed. I really dropped the ball then on hyping up softball in this huge weekend. I apologize for that. So things are just getting better here in the capital city. So if you're looking for some fun to do with you, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your family, we got plenty going down this weekend. I want to talk about a potential LSU commit flip in a minute. But first, I got to mention Greg freaking Byrne. I never really, that's the Alabama AD. I never cared about Greg Byrne, really, right?
Right.
He was competent. He had Nick Saban, and that was the extent that I thought about him. But man, oh man, you want to talk about someone who is quickly rising up my most unliked ranks every single time he opens his mouth? When he was sitting there crying during the college football playoff, I guess we're not going to schedule hard at a conference anymore since strength of schedule doesn't matter. You didn't lose any out of conference games, Greg. You didn't schedule hard out of conference games, Greg. And you still didn't make the playoffs, Greg. Well, now his fix to field and court storming, quote, if we said that the home team, if they storm the field or court, they're going to lose the game right then and there, that will stop it. That's right. Greg Byrne is trying to make it so that if you storm the field, the team loses the actual game. Okay, there is so many infuriating angles from this as to be maybe the dumbest suggestion that I've ever heard in my entire life. First off, at the end of the day, the sport is about the sport. Okay? And you have to, and it has to be such. If you're going to change the result of what actually took place on the field or on the court of battle due to something that the fans do, you're an idiot. Get out of here. You do not deserve to be the athletic director of anywhere, much less Alabama. Secondly, it opens teams to absurd counterattacks. What if okay, that's the case. What if you have a bunch of fans of the opposing team dressed up as home fans to try to initiate a court storm and therefore flipping the result of the game? It's just so freaking dumb and anti-competitive and whiny. And that's every time that Greg Byrne opens his mouth, it's whiny. Talking about how other schools do NIL. Remember that whole deal where he's talking about how other schools do NIL? It's like, we don't want to be like that. We want to actually have initiatives behind it. It's not pay for play. It's all pay for play, Greg. And you better get it right because your ass about to be out of a job. Well, probably not because basketball's really good, right? Actually, all the sports are actually doing pretty good under his tutelage. But man, this guy's soft, dude. Freaking pisses me off.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. It's never going to pass. And you can be mad about people storming the court against you or the field or whatever. It's part of college athletics. And I know that I don't have a strong stance on it like others. And, oh, my gosh, you're this institution. You can't storm the field when you beat that one. I don't really care about that. I think it brings excitement. I think that some of the best memories recently in LSU football memory are when, fans have stormed the field. It's great scenes. Players love it. Social media loves it. It's actually wildly enough a recruiting tool. So no, I'm not going to back Greg on this one. This one is not going to happen. And it does the last couple of things that he's said have not played well. I am right there with you.
No, it's three things in a row for me now. He'd go on to say about his opinion, quote, I'm not overly optimistic and understand it's not a popular opinion in a lot of people's view. And I'll get criticized for it, but that's okay. I do believe in it. So he's doubling down. If somebody can come up with something that's a better idea that does not include that, I'm all for it. I'm not saying it's the only possible way. I'm convinced in my own simple mind that it would be something that would stop it. And look,
but
I'm
talking about controlling thousands and thousands of fans. Like, how are you going to enforce that? And if you're a coach, you lose this game because they decided to get onto the field.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yes, Greg, that would stop it, but it's also a suggestion so ridiculous as to ignore the entire reason why everybody's there, which is for the actual game and the result that ends up from the game. I mean, I don't know, dude. I think the financial what was Sankey's? I thought, did Sankey have a solution, or am I thinking of? I mean, I remember liking their solution for the fake injuries. They had some for court storming. I mean, I think the financial penalties are getting pretty imposing. Maybe to Social Security. I don't know what it is. I agree. Like, the court storming and field storming happens a bit too much. And it is, potential player safety issue. It takes one time of somebody doing something crazy, and all of a sudden it's like a massive deal. But this ain't it. This ain't it. Maybe it's increased further. Maybe it is increased further fines. Maybe it's now, like, I might be more into, Jake, if you wanted to do some sort of program penalty. Even though that's still pretty far, like, are you going to take away a scholarship or something like that? Like, that could be something to where it's like, okay, well, maybe it's like off the field, not in that individual game. Then maybe that's an avenue to explore if things get really, really extreme. But no, not changing the result of the game itself, Greg. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Go to Trash Rangers. TrashRangers.com, guys. Make the switch today. Look, man, if you live in Livingston or Ascension, you get to choose who handles your residential trash pickup. And right now, we have extended the half-off deal for those who make the change. So you need reliable and hassle-free trash removal here in South Louisiana. They have the best ratings. They're part of the community. They text you the night before, reminder to put out your cans. I actually forgot this morning. Shout out to my wife for doing it.
Ooh.
I know. Your boy's going to be in a bit of trouble.
I saw it this morning and was running. Because Thursday's our big pickup day. Yeah, I was having to run different boxes to the street.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yep. But unfortunately, I don't have a choice. If you do, make this today. You get half off. You get a load. It's $13.95 a month, guys, for better service and a local company. I mean, come on now. And if you're a business owner, remember, they can handle your front load dumpsters being emptied 1 to even 6 days a week. And we got giant roll-off dumpsters, 15, 20, 30 yards for whatever project you need. Go to TrashRangers.com. TrashRangers.com. We love our friends at Trash Rangers. All right. Something else that I wanted to talk about here. A little bit of LSU Cruton news. Can LSU flip a big-time quarterback commit who's currently committed to the Oregon Ducks? And really, look, this is more about looking forward to the 2026 quarterback situation, who you end up bringing in. You're in a pretty good spot long-term right now. I mean, you love Nasir. Van Buren's a great insurance policy with potential to be the next guy. And, of course, there's still Colin Hurley out there as well as he recovers from injury, a kid who bet on himself very young, who knows where his ceiling is. But you got to bring a guy in every year to try to compete. And there's a few names. You mentioned Bo Bentley, Taylor, 4-star quarterback out of Texas. Pretty impressive resume here, 6'3", 200. He won the state championship in Texas while throwing for over 3,300 yards, 47 touchdowns, completing 70% of passes. He also rushed for 930 and 16 tuds. So Bo Bentley's got crazy numbers. He'll be visiting in March. There's Jake Fett, who's currently committed to Arizona State. 6'1", 190, a bit smaller, but, crazy stats himself. 2,500 in the air, 32 tuds, 600 on the ground, 11 tuds on the ground. But then there's Jonas Williams, currently committed to the Oregon Ducks. He's the number 1 player in Illinois, the number 7 quarterback in America. Again, crazy numbers. Thrown for 3,000 yards, 42 touchdowns, 6 picks, 68% completion, 7 rushing touchdowns. And he's been committed to Oregon since August, but Joe Sloan and this LSU team's been moving in, pitching him, and it appears that they are gaining some momentum. So I'm not saying any of this to get you too locked in or fixated on any one guy thus far, but these are some of the names you're going to continue to get familiar with over the next year as maybe somebody who would battle with a Van Buren or a Hurley in a post-Nuss era. Also, I think there's something to be said, Jake, for a bit of a symbolic win if you can flip an Oregon commit in the age of Phil Knight or the Dan Lanning or Phil Knight era of Oregon.
I don't know what this means, but you mentioned Joe Sloan 4 minutes ago on Twitter. He did put just a tiger emoji. Doesn't it usually mean something, right?
Means like a commitment, probably, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
A conflitment, perhaps?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's all it is, a little tiger emoji. 4 minutes ago.
Taylor, I mean, what do you think about these guys? Would you throw your lot in with any one of them in particular? Because as I see it, look, they all seem like good players, and really, I find myself less, obviously somebody like Bryce Underwood was different because he is different, but like I always find myself less tied to the individual as opposed to kind of the template or the slot. Like you need a quarterback in every class. So I view these guys as being kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, I do too. I think Bo Bentley would probably be my first target. Not that the other guys aren't great, but it's going to be hard to flip someone from Oregon. Bo Bentley is not committed anywhere. He's in the state of Texas where you recruit really well. He's won the state championship at really high level of football out there in the state of Texas. Like I think that guy might be the easiest to get out of the three because, again, Jake Fett committed to Arizona State. Jonas Williams committed to Oregon. Those are two schools with young coaches that players love.
True.
Like Bo Bentley out there right next door to you, not committed anywhere. That would probably be my first target.
It is crazy how much weight a Texas State championship holds in my head. Like when I see that on the resume, I'm like, oh, okay, dude, this kid's pretty good, bro. Like, I mean, I don't even know what classification he played in, but it's still like, okay, yeah, this dude's pretty damn good. I mean, that's the probably most competitive high school football in the country. And I don't mean really from like per capita basis, but there's just so many people, so many teams, so many good players that it's if you emerge out of it's like in Friday Night Lights, Mike Winchell. He basically has to win state if he wants to get that scholarship. Hell, it's not unlike how my old man was recruited. Because here he is. He played safety all of high school. He starts playing, and he kind of got some talks from LSU for safety a little bit, right? But then senior year, he plays quarterback, but they barely throw it in the offense. I mean, it is a run-first, very vertical slice playbook. They throw it a little bit. But because he won a state championship, Northwestern State ends up taking a chance on him. They were the only ones to give him a chance at quarterback. So, again, that does carry weight with me at a position where winning, you're so integral to the winning, and winning can speak to your intangibles and whatnot. So, just a couple names for LSU fans to be on the lookout for going into this next era of LSU football.
Yeah, this quarterback situation is going to be wild to see how it finishes out in the future. I mean, like we talked about, so many different guys, top quarterbacks that have ties to LSU in some way, somehow, or at least ties to the state. So you're in a good position, and now you just have to hope that you choose the right one or the right one chooses you.
Yeah, that is true. And again, you sign a quarterback, guys, and who knows if they ever finish here. It's a position where you have to go seek playing time no matter how you can, and only one guy gets to play. So the portal will always be able to kind of also help you manage this roster. But some names to look out for in that 2026 class, which, again, probably sounds far off, but, 10 months. We're already in February, guys. It is going to approach faster than you think. Also, because we're all getting older, so we all experience time faster. And so we are just hurtling towards death, meaning those 10 months are going to go by way quicker than you want them to. So, whatever.
All right.
Yeah. I know. I feel it more and more every day. What do they say? The days are long, but the weeks are short.
You didn't really have to take it there.
I know.
You killed the vibe on a.
That's what I think about.
R&B Thursday.
Yeah, which
what
is supposed to be good.
We were
vibes.
vibing. Yeah.
That's what I think about constantly.
It's the end.
Well, just the fact that, again, the more time you experience, the faster time goes by, and that's a big bummer. It's a big bummer. Just slow down.
I hate when you get existential.
I know. The dread is always lurking in the back of my mind, waiting to consume me. I'm a creep. Patrice was right. Patrice was right. He knew what he was talking about. All right, when we get back, let's shift to the NFL for a bit, as I do want to engage in a little Chiefs talk, more specifically some Travis Kelce talk. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to PelicanRoof.com today, guys. If you're in Lafayette or Baton Rouge and you need a new roof, Go with Pelican Roof, where you can get 0% APR financing for up to 21 months for qualified applicants. This is a great way to keep costs low while not sacrificing the quality that you get from Pelican Roof. And that is the key here, integrity and quality. That's why they have employees dedicated employees at every single step of the process, from answering the phone all the way through the project itself, through the cleanup, dedicated project managers for every individual project, not one guy juggling a bunch of different balls. And what that means is you have an attention to detail, a focus on you and your job that you don't get from these other companies. Go to pelicanroof.com today.
Yeah, and like we tell you every single day, we want to remind you, they are in the Lafayette and Baton Rouge area. They have offices in both. They are in the local community. So know that whenever you're scheduling your appointment, pelicanroof.com.
Clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
So, I said we're going to talk about the NFL here, but there's a pretty interesting LSU basketball conversation that started to take place during the break where, LSU sits here 12-12. By the way, Pelicans are now losing 10 in a row, and they're 12-42.
Let's talk about like the Pelicans wanting to get to 50 wins. They're closing in on 50 losses.
No. It wasn't 50. You misheard 15.
Oh, 15.
We want them to get to 15.
Oh, well, they could do that.
We're running out of time, running out of runway. Anyway, though, we're talking about LSU basketball and how, look, Matt McMahon's a good coach. I believe that. I think he took over an impossible situation, and I think right now he's kind of in an impossible situation because there's just not enough resource, not enough oxygen in the room. Not with LSU football, not with LSU baseball, not with LSU women's basketball, not with LSU gymnastics, all of these other stellar programs in which people are much more apt to invest in. But it does create a sort of chicken and egg debate. And Alondra, this is what you were kind of speaking on right before, right? Can you create the success without the investment and therefore create the investment, or do you have to have the investment to create the success? And can a person come in and create the investment without the success? Because that's what I don't see. I don't see how anyone could come in here and have success right now for the reason I just named. And I know that Wade did it without the success and then was having...
And I know Taylor's already, like, shaking his head. I know that, like, Will Wade bent the rules. I get it. But now you have, like, stuff in place where you don't have to.
Did.
Yes, everybody did. Also, you don't have to bend the rules anymore. So, like, you don't have that disadvantage to where, like, you kind of have to be secretive about what you're doing.
So this is, though, where I think, ironically, I'm not sure if that works in LSU's favor because the prices are so much higher now.
And
whereas
other
when
teams
it
are
was under the
investing
table,
more.
maybe 100,000 could get you a really good player.
Yeah.
100,000 ain't get. I mean, what? These kids wipe their butt with $100,000 in basketball nowadays.
That's
so
a good
I don't
point.
know.
That's a good point.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look,
But
I'll be down. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No. I just was saying, like, what I said during the break is that I feel like we had less resources and less oxygen in the room after Johnny Jones was the head coach.
Yeah.
And then Will Wade, like I said, and I'm not saying, like, y'all know I like Will Wade, but I'm not saying bring Will. That's not happening. But, like.
Would be awesome, though.
It
but
would
it's not
be.
happening.
It'd be lit. But, like, you went from Johnny Jones and then Will Wade took over, went to the NIT tournament, next season SEC championship, and then to Sweet 16. Like, and I would argue you had way less oxygen in the room after Johnny Jones was. Nobody cared about LSU basketball at all when Johnny Jones was the head coach.
True.
That's what Will Wade took over. And I don't even know that if you can fully say that, like, in that first year, because I really don't know this for a fact or not. Like, in that first year, was that when he started bending the rules and paying players and stuff like that? Like, I don't know.
He did a very good job of immediately when he got in town, really diving into who are the movers and shakers, who are the big money people that care about LSU basketball, who can I get in with to give me resources.
Yeah.
Again, though, I think the issue is it was just a lower price at the time, an illegal price, but a lower price on the black market than it appears to be on the open market. But again, it's not about bringing back Will Wade.
Who's investing in McNeese basketball? And he's still, like, recruiting really well over there.
True. But, I mean, isn't the SEC like the literal greatest maybe conference of basketball in history
really
this
good
year?
right now,
And the Southland not, but that's beside the point. I mean.
And again, I don't think it's about bringing back Will Wade.
No.
It's about, can you find another Wade type who did the thing that you're talking about, where you come in where nobody cares and you can somehow create that investment maybe before you have the great success on the court.
I thought McMahon was excellent last season. Going 9-9 with that roster, I don't know if anybody could have done a better job than that. I personally can't say the same this season. I think that the program has taken a big step back this season. I thought that last year's job, last year's roster management, while in a tougher situation, he did a lot better job. And it didn't even look that way at the beginning. I mean, at the beginning, you were, 2-5, 2-6 in SEC play. He went on the run. He went 9-9 in SEC play. You had so much confidence going into this year. So, like, to Alondra's point, like, it was there. It was there for the taking. The problem is, I don't think you're investing into basketball like these other programs because baseball is second here. Yeah. Basketball is second at most programs. Like right now, the average Duke basketball player makes what, $400,000 probably, somewhere around there.
I mean,
and
I
like,
wouldn't be surprised if it was more. I wouldn't be surprised
there's
if it was more.
players now, since it's an open market, that are like, hey, I was really good the first 10 games of the year. I want an extra $200,000 or I'm transferring. I mean, that's the world we live in right now. So, like, while you have more resources, it's also harder.
I wonder, I mean, I wonder how much the average Alabama player makes or Auburn player right now. Because, again, like we said, we know especially Auburn, right? Because we know they have money, and basketball's all they got right now. I mean, that is their time when they get to – because that's why we all want to win, right? Because we're petty and we want to lord over our friends and say, look how much better we are than you. It's been rough for Auburn on the old gridiron. But they've been kicking ass in the gym. I'm a little excited I might watch college basketball this weekend, bro.
Auburn, Alabama?
Yeah, I'm getting a little excited. How is your transition to college basketball going on serious, Jake?
Really dove in yesterday. I mean, pretty easy just because I've known it was coming, and so having to make sure to study up over the last couple of weeks. And we talked a lot about St. John's Villanova yesterday.
Whoa.
And St. John's top 10 basketball. Yeah. St. John's top 10 basketball team. And they had the record.
The Red Storm?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Rick Pitino. But Villanova, who's not having like their best year to their standard, like I talked about St. John's having to go to Villanova, and even though Villanova's not great this year, like that win was going to mean something because it would kind of get them over a hump of a blue blood being in front of them, and of course they lost the game. It was a close game. It was a great game. I watched most of the second half, but like those are little storylines that we're talking about now. Teams like St. John's trying to get over the hump, the SEC dominance, 5 of the top 10 teams in the country right now out of the SEC, and the ACC's only got 2 ranked teams, Duke being a top 5 team, then Clemson at the back end of it. But it's crazy to see the power shift in basketball now going to the SEC.
Investment, money, passion. Did you see Carl Ravitch kind of got by what I would call maybe a bad producer moment?
Ooh.
He was on the call and he was talking about how like since and he did the date whenever conference play started. Let's say it's January 5th. He was like, since January 5th, the SEC is 82-82. So like there's not like a super dominant team amongst the bunch. Well, the problem is, guys, it's all conference games.
Yeah.
And there's a winner and loser in every game. So it's literally impossible to be anything but exactly 500. He made the point live during the game, dude. Hey, it happens to everybody. Somebody put that bug in. And to be fair, to be clear with me, for a second, I was like, okay, I don't get why everybody thinks this is so dumb. And then I was like, oh, it like took me a minute as well. Like, oh, okay, well, of course, actually, every conference is 500 since conference play started. But, yeah, I might watch a little Auburn, Alabama on Saturday. Might have to start talking about some college basketball soon.
There's another great game on the women's side of things, and that is, I believe, tonight with number 1 UCLA taking on number 6 USC.
Oh,
that's going to be a great game as well. UCLA, the only undefeated team in women's hoops, as we mentioned earlier. So no, it's definitely starting to heat up.
And then Juju Watkins of USC, like maybe the most popular player in the country.
Mm-hmm.
See, Taylor, that's how it's done right there, Bo. Good job. Just have a name to establish legitimacy to throw out there. It's very Stugatzian of you. Very well done. Very well done. I got to sharpen my college basketball knives. I got to get in the lab a little bit. I got to be honest with Jake. I feel a little overwhelmed. Like how do you learn college basketball? Like not like the sport itself, right? But like who do you follow? What do you read? How do you stay on top?
Field of 68.
Okay.
Great follow on Twitter. Great follow. Matt McCall, former head basketball coach for UMass and others, lean on him all the time.
Okay.
And then Aaron Torres, Fox Sports Radio, man. I will hit Aaron up so quick. And
Matt McCall?
Matt McCall.
McCall?
Yeah.
McCall or McCall?
McCall.
Okay.
McCall.
McCall.
Great follow on Twitter as well.
Okay, perfect.
Former Florida assistant during those back-to-back national championships.
Oh, wait, this is a different Matt McCall. Let me try again here.
Yeah, when we have him on, we have a segment, Good McCall, Bad McCall.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's just top-tier radio right there,
good.
both. Yeah. That's how it's done.
Yeah, I'm not really on the college basketball train quite yet, but been watching my Spurs a lot.
Yeah, I'm jealous of
we lost
good
last
NBA team. You know what I forgot? We never played here that I really want to. So also, this is out of touch. I didn't even realize Rick Pitino was St. John's head coach now.
Yep.
But
He's been there 2 years now.
That clip a couple of weeks ago where he was like, whenever What do you say? Whenever my basketball team misses free throws, inside I want to kill myself. But on the outside, I'm like, don't worry, guys. You got it. You got it next time. I thought that was. Patino's the quote king, to be fair.
That's every Pelicans fan.
When I did love college basketball growing up, actually, St. John's was one of my favorite teams. The old Eric Barkley St. John's teams. That and probably, because I was a front runner, little kid, old Mateen Cleaves and Mo Pete and whatnot. Tom Izzo back in the day. Mo Pete, Pelican great.
Tom Izzo handshaking the air is one of my favorite Tom Izzo moments.
I haven't seen that.
I think the other team snubbed him and
left.
he just started. Yeah.
Anyway, when we get back, actually, we still got a lot to get to. Okay, we can talk about Travis. I'll let you all decide. We can talk about Travis Kelce. We can talk about Matt Patricia being hired as Ohio State defensive coordinator. We can talk about the Super Bowl record numbers that drew. There's a lot to get to. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon. Get it. Ta-da, ta-da. Get Gordon. Get it done. You need somebody who's going to stand up for you and fight the big insurance companies. Come here. Show me out you got your big insurance companies. That's Gordon McKernan. Going to get you what you deserve. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't be intimidated. Get a champion on your side. It's like Brad Pitt and Achilles. One slice, one kill. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Follow him on social media at GetGordon. Go to getgordon.com today.
That's something. GetGordon.com is the website where you can do it all. You can have chat right there on the homepage. You can see what they can do for you in the courtroom, past client results, all that information right there on the website, GetGordon.com. At GetGordon's the handle on all major social media.
It's Troy. He's a killer. The movie's Troy.
Yeah, it's Troy. Your area code in Louisiana, 888-8888.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages. And
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Well, hey, y'all. Welcome back to OTB. Survive 623 in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat says LSU's landed commitment from 2026 offensive lineman Bryson Martinez. Martinez becomes the 6th addition to this class and the second lineman for Brad Davis.
Is that what Joe Sloan was tweeting about?
Probably, right? And that's what Survive goes on to intimate. I mean, probably. Leonardo Vinci says good news, but commitments this early are as meaningful as T-Bob pledge to stop drinking. Okay, again, guys, I've done a shoot. I'm on about 36 hours of a dry February. So again, grats to me. I haven't had a drink since playing NCAA 2 nights ago. Till last night. I didn't have a drink. I didn't even drink a Delta Seltzer.
What's that?
What?
What's that?
I don't know. There's like a million different companies. But you know, there's like THC seltzers that are floating around now that you can get from like grocery stores. They're pretty chill.
Oh, so okay. It's a THC seltzer. It's like T-Bob, an alcoholic seltzer.
No. It's CBD and Delta like 8 or 9 or whatever.
Because I was like, wait, now we're not counting seltzers.
Did Skoda get canceled again? Yeah, I got canceled again forever ago. The thing is, people have to pay us for that, and then curbside didn't want to do it anymore. And that's cool. I freaking love curbside. It's all good. I don't even mind. Sean says picturing T-Bob as a young, chunky kid serenading his childhood crush. Again, I wasn't serenading, though, because I didn't know this music. I wasn't like Jake. I tried singing Blink-182.
What's my name again?
Yeah, and it just didn't go as well, you know? T-Bob, when are you going to play NCAA against each other? I haven't played a lot of it casually. I only play in my Dynasty. It's kind of crazy. It's just the only video games I freaking play now, dude. It's bumming me the hell out. Not playing any miniatures, not playing any video games. Stupid-ass life is taking over all of my hobbies. Even last night, I'm like exhausted at 9 p.m., freshly engaged in coitus, and I desperately wanted to go spray paint some minis, and I just didn't have it in me. Just turned on my Roman Parthia book on tape and passed out. Roman Persian, excuse me.
It was like 5:45, and I was struggling.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. The yesterday afternoon was real.
It was bad.
At one point, I text my wife like, "I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I'm in a bad spot right now."
So
whatever though, you know what I need to do? I need to shut the hell up and stop being such a freaking loser, because I love life and I'm very excited and very blessed, and it's awesome. So with that in mind, let's talk about Ohio State hiring Matt Patricia to be their new defensive coordinator. I don't know how I feel about this move. Now, I know that it's funny, all the reports are like him and Belichick. Because remember, actually last year, he wasn't even in football. He was producing Bill Belichick's content for the 33rd team. Like he was Bill Belichick's literal producer, which is very funny to me. I mean, they are truly biffles. Even though Belichick ends up choosing his son over him to go to UNC with him.
Shocker.
But they, I know, right? But they are like, he basically is again, like Taylor, he made him the freaking offensive coordinator, which was the ultimate jump the shark Belichick moment. Here's my problem, Jake, or the questions that I have about Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia strikes me as a very smart defensive coordinator. He was a member of the Patriots organization, which really embraced the NFL idea that, look, man, if you can't handle it mentally or you're not going to do the right thing, there's a million guys out there that are physically basically just as good as you. We'll cut your ass, and we'll bring in the next guy. So, like, we always talk about it. In the NFL, players have to rise to the level of the coaches. In college, you have to work with what you got, and you have to meet the players where they are. I don't know that I believe that Matt Patricia will be able to meet the players there. I just always hear stories about, like, Jimbo back. And I guess Jimbo did really well. But about Jimbo back in the day and how complicated sometimes the offense was for players here. And I don't know. Complexity in college does not always play well. So, but you talked to Patricia recently.
Yeah, I talked to him last week for about 30 minutes, and I was actually blown away with his personality.
Okay, cool.
I was like, wait, this doesn't feel like the guy that we saw with the pencil and the hat and the beard. And like, he had a very engaging personality, was great on air.
Wow.
Told great stories. He saw one of his former Patriot players that we just got through interviewing, and they saw each other, and it was like this huge embrace. Like, my guy, what's going on? So I'm like, okay, well, the players like this guy as well. And so I saw him on the rundown. I'm like, Matt Patricia, is he going to like give us anything? Complete opposite.
Wow.
And look, this is somebody that is incredibly talented. Now, I know his head coaching days in Detroit didn't go well, but outside of Dan Campbell's, who has?
True.
In Detroit. Every year that he was the Patriots defensive coordinator, they finished top 10 in scoring defense every single year, right? I believe it was from 2012 to 2017. So, and I know Belichick's heavily involved there, but Matt Patricia obviously picked some things up from Belichick. And so when you lose a Jim Knowles to Penn State, like, you got to go make kind of a power move. And I think this is that. I think this is a really good football coach. And again, based off conversation with him, if that's the personality that he shows in these living rooms, I think it's going to bode well for Ohio State. Now, here's also the thing, too, and we know this. Coordinators aren't like day in and day out recruiting. Now, they still got to recruit.
Yeah.
But position coaches are getting things to the coordinator who gets it to the head coach. So he just has to kind of be the finisher, kind of a closer there at the back end, go to some high schools because, look, he is Matt Patricia. He was an NFL head coach, and so he's known across the country. And so I don't think that portion of it is as big of a deal as maybe it once would have been. And then, like, he's got resources that he can call in and say, hey, tell him about me. Right?
So,
and name after name after name that people that could, vouch for him with these high school recruits and their families.
Those are solid points that I had not considered. And it's a little bit of the Full Metal Alchemist law of equivalent exchange where you lose to Chip Kelly to the NFL and you bring an NFL guy in. Opposite sides of the ball. But wait, what did they end up doing at OC? Did they end up going with Hartline? Is that official?
Yep.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure on him.
Now, he's been there before, but, then Chip got it. Tim Walton's also going to be co-defense coordinator for Ohio State. He's got a big NFL background as well. He's been at Ohio State since, I believe, 2022.
I've never heard of Tim Walton.
Defensive backs guy, and I think it's actually a smart move because Patricia's going to be calling the defense, but you've got now a co-defense coordinator that has been at Ohio State for multiple years. He's integrated in the team, in the community, and so you can kind of pair him with this new blood of Matt Patricia that I think is probably going to sell better to those that were still maybe doubting Patricia.
So, solid job by Ryan Day and Ohio State as their coordinator positions are now filled. All right, let's fill out the rest of this hour when we get back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, and Taylor hanging out with you, man. Uh-oh, guys. Big news that I know you're all waiting for. Drinks Up. Rings of Power Season 3 officially confirmed. It got the green light, baby. Got renewed. Sauron is not canceled yet. By the way, I really did like Season 2. I get it's not going to be for everybody. Very slow start, but a very strong finish. I can't wait. Lord of the Rings. You know what else I love? NFL football, man. And you know who else loves NFL football? America. It's time to basically stop comparing the NFL to anything. Full stop. Maybe save for like a Jake Paul fight. Because it just exists on a different plane. Like, the thing that, so in case you missed it, even though the Super Bowl was hot garbage in terms of quality of game, they set a new record because, of course, they did, up 3% from last year with an average of 127.7 million viewers. 127.7, peaked at 137.7. And the game was garbage. But it's kind of like junk food, fast food, whatever your favorite comfort food is, in that, like, it doesn't really matter if it's garbage. I'm going to still stuff my face with it. You put a plate of cheap mall sesame chicken and lo mein in front of my face, I'm eating the whole damn thing and then some. I'm getting egg rolls, you know? The NFL's the same way. It actually doesn't even matter at some points whether the games are good or not. You're just watching because you freaking love it. So, like, NBA, MLB, college football, stop comparing yourself. You know? It's okay. The NFL's a beast unto itself. And that's fine. Doesn't mean you're not good. You're just not the NFL and you never will be. I love Grandma's Boy. It'll never be Godfather Part 2.
I love Grandma's Boy.
Grandma Boy's great.
So good.
Fun time. Fun time for all. It's not winning any Oscars, though, you know. But that's okay, too. It's still good.
It's really good.
127. And it's funny because if it was a good game, the number probably would have gotten insane because it peaked about halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
So, like, it went down as the blowout continued.
I wonder if there's people hate watching, too, though.
Look,
like
definitely
that was my question. Like, is first half or second half higher?
No, first half.
Okay.
No. I mean, definitely also, like, the Super Bowl is such an event, right? I mean, I don't know about y'all, but, like, we planned our entire day around it. You know, had it on the TV outside. Oh, the kids kind of watch something inside, but, you know, had it on as much as possible. I loved all the run up to it, the Fox pregame, just all of it, just living in football for the day, the commercial, all that stuff. So it's definitely an event, but man, 127.7 on a bad game. It's crazy. Nobody's ever going to touch it. MLB, you'll never get there. NBA, you'll never get there. College football, you'll never get there. It is what it is.
Now, what was the college number?
Like 20-something, high 20s.
Which is massive.
It's a good number.
But, yeah.
But it ain't the NFL. It's a beast unto itself. Smaug, the dragon. College baseball? No.
No. We love it. We're looking forward to it. But not everybody. I mean, I've got co-hosts on Sirius that live in, like, Big Ten country. They're like, y'all get that excited for baseball?
I don't get it. Just means more, baby.
Right.
Like, nowhere actually is the SEC slogan more apt than college baseball. What pisses me off, though, is the ACC is really good, but they just don't care. And that makes me angry.
Yeah. True.
Hour 2 in the books. Big deal, no big deal. Munchies and more coming up next. Keep it locked on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, We've only got one. You. Auctioneer Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime. At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Collected fees since 1946. Robinson Brothers Ford, the dealer you can depend on.
Transform your home this fall with Cajun Soft Wash. Their soft washing solution removes dirt and algae without damage, enhancing your home's curb appeal and extending your roof's life. Locally owned and fully insured. Book now at CajunSoftWash.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's a 9 a.m. here on Thursday, February 13th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 62 in hour 3 of today's show. We'll have Big Deal or No Big Deal at 9 a.m. Then at 9:15, our Munchies segment with LSU executive chef Michael Johnson. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Hour number 3 of OTB. And we got Big Deal or No Big Deal. And then we got Munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. And then we got a Tay NFL story of the day. So, kind of going to go downhill after Chef. But still going to be a fun hour. If you want to come hang out, youtube.com/1045 ESPN is where you can get all your comments in the YouTube chat. I'm sorry, I should be paying more attention to the chat today. I have not. Don't know exactly what's been talking about ever since we wished Hen Dog a happy birthday. It seems like a lot of people are still talking about the Alex Bregman news. As far as the MLB goes, can anybody even compete with the Dodgers, though?
I mean, it's actually...
Isn't it kind of getting insane?
It's past. It's ludicrous. It is ludicrous how much talent they have. And you look at the options they have in their lineup, and it is just an embarrassment of riches.
It really is.
And their rotation and what it potentially can be.
And aren't they doing the things where they're like kind of like not even paying the guys, but they are paying them, like the weird deferred payment thing?
Like kicking the can down the
In terms of like competing with them with money and being able to build that roster is the Mets. They have so much money.
Really?
And yeah, the Mets and the Dodgers, but I feel like the Dodgers are about to get the MLB a salary cap.
That's what I'm going to say, because it feels like it's getting to the point of...
It's ridiculous.
I guess the only way that actually happens, though, they have to rattle off, 3 in a row? 4 in a row? I don't know exactly, but
I mean,
it does feel like they're here on the edge of creating
it's
perpetual success machine, right? Where it's like you so you win and you make more money. Because you made more money, you spend bigger, you win bigger, and then the cycle it's kind of like how Alabama did during the Nick Saban era, where it was
Japanese market.
You win,
they cornered.
You get recruits, and then because you get recruits, you win, so on and so forth. They cornered what market? China?
Japan.
Oh.
Yeah.
China. Yeah, I know. They get all the best Japanese players. Which I guess California and Japan have always been kind of linked in American history in some not great ways necessarily, but probably better for them to be linked through baseball, certainly. Yeah. Nookie says MLB is a garbage product, which breaks my heart. Until the nerds are banned for life, I will be loyal to college baseball.
Yeah, it's like a popular opinion right now, yeah.
Is Tay a Dodgers fan? That would make sense.
Why would that make sense? What about me? Like, I'm pretty contrary to I always call out the bandwagon fans and all that.
I think
and
you're saying because you're a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
Guys.
You're like my guy Chuck Nelson.
Guys, the Cowboys have not made the NFC Championship in my lifetime.
Only
if
team.
I was a bandwagoner fan, I could pick a good one.
Only team to not make the NFC Championship now, right?
I could pick a good one.
With the commies making it? Hell yeah. William Andy says Cowboy and Dodgers fans go hand in hand. Yeah, exactly.
Not at all.
Yeah, he's a Dodgers fan. Chad says you're a Dodgers fan. It's confirmed. I agree.
I actually don't like any LA or New York team really in any sport. So.
Do you like an MLB team?
Not a big MLB guy. I mean, I'm always just like, hey, I've been to a bunch of Astros game. That's kind of my team.
Okay.
I don't have an MLB team.
I caught a Miguel Tejada foul ball one time.
That's cool.
That's kind of cool.
It was very cool.
A's,
one of the cooler moments of my
Orioles.
life. A's. I was in Minnesota at a Twins-A's game.
Is this when you went to the Mall of America?
Yes. Same road trip. We were driving to Canada. Me and my best friend and his father drove to Canada to go walleye fishing.
How'd that go?
It was great. Caught some fish.
That was a roller coaster inside the mall.
Didn't get to ride it.
That's like your missed opportunity.
No sales tax, though. But I didn't buy anything. I was a kid. I didn't have a wallet.
I thought you had a wallet on a chain.
I actually never had a wallet on a chain. I wanted a wallet on a chain.
There's no chance that you didn't.
I know. With the black denim shorts, I mean, I thought they sold those things with chain wallets. But no, I always wanted one, just like I wanted frosted tips, just like I wanted hair from Sean from Boy Meets World, which I guess I finally kind of got the Sean hair going on a little bit now. So, never give up on your dreams, kids. Walleye fishing's great to CT. It was very, very fun. It was very cool.
I will say that as someone that tortures themselves by watching the MLB still,
Yeah.
it is pretty. It's not my favorite thing.
Jake, how are you feeling about the Bravos?
Yeah, they lost Max Fried to the Yankees. That's a little troublesome. Obviously, he was their arm that was consistent, and I know he had some injuries, but Spencer Strider is somebody that makes you nervous just because, can he take the torque that he gives his body? All right,
They're tiny. They're so hard.
Yeah, giant legs, but little body. Ronald Acuna, if he can get back and he can be healthy. You made a couple of additions, so they'll be in the fight. I don't know that they have what it takes to win a World Series, but they'll be in the fight, and their division's just so tough with the Phillies and the Mets spending all the money that they can. So they'll be there. They'll have a chance. Be tough to get it done, though. It's going to be tough to beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Yes,
Yeah, just the Dodgers.
What are you going to do? The trip was a lot of fun, guys. I remember playing Xenosaga on the PS2 the whole way up there while my friend's dad listened to Lord of the Rings book on tape. Quite nice. Quite nice, for sure. Let's do a little. Well, actually, real quick, let me tell you about Boudreaux's Electrical. Okay, you go to boudreauxelectrical.com and look into getting that generator for your home. Okay, Boudreaux's, of course, one of the top Generac dealers in the entire state, really in the entire country. Over 9 certified Generac techs ready to go, because that's the thing at Boudreaux's. Okay, we're family run, we're customer first. Those are our core guiding principles. And what that means, if you're going to be customer first, you're going to be selling generators. What do you need to do? You need to make sure they work. Okay, so 24/7 monitoring. Make sure your system is online, good to go when you need it, and leaving no stone unturned to accomplish that deal. And remember, you're not just a number on a spreadsheet to Boudreaux's. A lot of private equity buying up these other companies in town that get generators from, not at Boudreaux's. So you want the local guys who love you, who give a damn about you, the person, and want to make sure that you are protected. You want to go to Boudreaux's. And if you're an electrician looking for work, we got great wages, great culture. Check them out, boudreauxelectrical.com, boudreauxelectrical.com. More power, more protection. Big deal or no big deal?
Ain't no big deal.
Big deal? No big deal. Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
William Anthony, how do I feel about Kyle Tucker going to the Cubs? I think it's a great pickup. You know, I'm not going to say it makes them division champs or anything, but I think a wild card is kind of the goal for this year. You know, we just want to be relevant come August, October, and I think Tucker gets you a step closer to doing that.
How do you think he's going to do it?
By playing well.
Okay.
Got to stay healthy.
Got to stay healthy. That's going to be key. Execute.
Which position? I forget.
What's that?
Kyle Tucker. I forgot what position he plays.
No, we're not. Why are you talking about Kyle Tucker? It's big deal or no big deal.
Oh, okay.
Big deal or no big deal. Pat Mahomes Sr. and John Rocker fighting a rough and rowdy fight. I'm going to say no big deal. I have no desire to watch this, and I'm going to say that I'm pissed because we all got played. Everything in that video was a work. We got played.
Yeah.
They were never really fighting on bourbon. And you know what makes me sad? I bet you even the voice in the background is a plant.
Oh, the guy.
Is that Johnny effing Rocca? I bet you. I don't even think that's real anymore. It went from a video that I sincerely loved with all of my heart to now one that I despise because it was just guerrilla advertising.
You make a good point. Like the thick accent and the Johnny Rocker, like that does that because that makes it funnier. So yeah, that probably was a plan.
So no big deal to me. Not gonna watch.
Yeah, no big deal. Nobody cares. Like
the winner though, I heard
the
winner's fighting Jake Paul. It's confirmed.
Also, none of those fights have been good.
No.
Not a single
No.
I mean, I remember even
to fall for
probably the only rough and rowdy that I thought was kind of interesting outside looking in was the when Jose Canseco was taking on Hank, I think. And the fight was garbage. Canseco was old. It's just, I don't know. Now again, genius advertising, but I'm a little salty because we got played so hard.
Yeah.
And I do think they really hate each other. But they're probably both going to get paid. I said, what is Mahomes Sr. doing, bro?
I don't know.
That's out of pocket.
I don't know why he feels like he needs to do
That's
that.
what I'm saying. That's a little cray-cray. The only part of it that I like is that technically it's Mets Braves.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Now I can get behind that.
And Mets Braves from the era in which the Mets and Braves really hated each other.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Chipper named his child after dominating the Mets.
Bama, you could tell that video. You couldn't tell that video was staged. You thought that was real? Yeah, I did. Okay, whatever. Screw you, did.
Maybe we wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to believe it.
Wanted to believe that they were getting after each other. I still watch it. I think it's a big-ish deal.
Okay. Big-ish. Who's next?
The Sacramento Kings agreed to a deal with former number 1 overall pick Markelle Fultz.
No,
big deal because Markelle Fultz is back in the headlines.
No big deal, but I was, because I talked to my wife the other day. I played garbage tennis a few nights ago, and I felt like I had the yips. Like
and
things that I felt like
his name.
Things that I felt like I was past. I couldn't hit a forehand. It was just awful. I was very upset. And she was like, well, what's the yips? And then, I told her the Markelle Fultz story. How you had a number 1 overall pick in the NBA that literally forgot how to shoot. Like literally, not like became a bad shooter, like physically unable to do the biomechanical act of shooting.
Yeah.
Last season, he shot 22% from 3.
Ooh.
7.8 points per game.
Yeah, but I mean, bro, there was a point where he couldn't even physically shoot a free throw.
throws.
Like, not even touch the rim. It's good, Markelle Fultz. Alondra?
Big deal or no big deal when Aaron Glenn met with Aaron Rodgers after the season and to talk about what Aaron Rodgers' future with the Jets was going to be. He told him that if they were going to do this, he couldn't go on the Pat McAfee show anymore. So Aaron Glenn silencing Aaron Rodgers. Big deal or no big deal?
I like this because the Jets spread their legs and laid prostrate for
They did.
Aaron Rodgers, and it just went awful.
Terrible.
It went awful. I mean, at a certain point, you got to have some culture. It's like there was an Alabama quote the other day. With one of the players talking about how this year can't be being late to workouts and everything else. I'm like, hold up. Y'all were letting cats be late to workouts?
Yeah.
Kalen, what are we doing?
Oh, wow.
It sounds crazy, but let's say somebody gets caught cheating on a test. Maybe even gets arrested for drinking or something. They're really good. You're still going to fight to keep them on the team. But if you're showing up late to workouts, you're out of here.
Yeah.
You got to have a line in the sand. And so good on Aaron Glenn.
I agree with you. I think it's
what's going on, Alabama?
Aaron Glenn just trying to hey, we're not doing this anymore. We gave you the world and you kind of just slapped us in the face. So
he's gone though, right? That's over?
Yeah, he's
because he didn't agree to the terms.
Yeah.
That's a great move by Aaron Glenn.
I think so too.
Also a good way to get him out of there.
This Aaron Rodgers love fest of hey, this guy can do no wrong. Let's stop all that. Aaron Rodgers, he ran Mike McCarthy out of Green Bay because he said, I can't win with Mike McCarthy. Still couldn't win. He handpicks Matt LaFleur. Still couldn't win. I'm leaving. I'm going to the Jets. This is the staff I want. Can't win. Not my fault. Let's fire Robert Saleh. That happens, and you lose less games without Robert Saleh than you had with him. Aaron Rodgers isn't the problem. This was a great move. It was good for both sides to just move on.
Yeah.
Just move on from the Aaron Rodgers dilemma. West Virginia quarterback Pat White is returning to his alma mater to join Rich Rodriguez's staff. The school announced yesterday he will be the assistant quarterbacks coach and the assistant to head coach Rich Rodriguez. Big deal or no big deal?
Massive deal to West Virginia fans as Rich Rod continues to assemble all of the WVU Avengers. Right? I mean, we got Pat White back in. McAfee's on board. I know you brought in some old coaches and stuff. Is Steve Slayton there anywhere? Have we had a Steve Slayton signing yet? Noel Devine's involved.
It'll be coming.
Noel Devine, I think, is involved in some way. Rich Rod says, hey, sometimes to go forward, you got to go back, and we're getting the band back together. And I hope it works.
Yeah, I mean, I think surely he's coming at some point.
Again, Avo, I know it sounds insane when I say something if you get arrested for a DWI or something that's something you work through. Now you use plural. I didn't say plural, but still, I know that sounds crazy, but I've seen it time and time again. That's how warped sometimes the creation of culture in something like football could be, is that the sign of people consistently being late to workouts or skipping workouts is actually more of a sign of a broken culture than a college kid getting arrested. I know that's insane, but do you get what I'm saying, Jake?
Yes, because the DUIs and getting arrested is more of an individual thing. That individual went out and sped and drank under the influence.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yes.
But when the whole team is being late, that's a culture
or when you're
issue.
allowing it.
Yeah.
You allow somebody to do that. Yeah, I mean, no, it's you got to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah. I actually get what you're saying.
I'm just shocked that they came out and they said
if I was Keon, I'd be like, whoa, come down. chill out, bro. You doing too much. Don't be telling people that. You're doing too much. Big deal or no big deal? Carson Beck and one of the Cavenders are trying to be Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens. Have you seen these videos?
No.
They're so bad, dude. They're so.
Oh, I saw one that you showed us.
Yeah,
like, a couple weeks ago,
there's more of them now.
I don't care, so no big deal.
No big deal. Yeah. But it's funny. I'm not even granting them the rank of Kirkland brand done in schemes.
No, they're like great value. Yeah.
They're great value.
They're Dollar General.
Yeah, they're Dollar. It's bad. It's bad. Very, very cringy.
I don't have any more.
That video. I think you sent it yesterday.
Did I end up texting the group yesterday? I couldn't remember or not. Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good at all.
It's not good.
Did y'all know that Paul Skeens can shred the guitar?
No, of course he can. What? Like actually play?
He can actually play guitar,
Oh my
yes. He
God.
went up with Tucker Wetmore at the Texas Club.
What?
Yeah.
I need to see this. What can this man not do? Did you get video of it?
I didn't get video of it, no, but I can try to find some.
Wow, way to go,
I mean,
pathetic. Do your job. How about that?
I wasn't there
Speaking
that
of,
night.
okay, never mind. Sorry. Timu. Yeah, they're Timu.
Yeah,
Timu, Libby, and
Timu.
great value Paul Skeens. I agree.
What about Dalton Connect for the Lakers? Speaking of big deal, no big deal, was basically traded to the Charlotte Hornets, and then the trade doesn't work out. Now he's got to go back and play for the Lakers.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
Mark
How
Williams
awkward is
failed his
that?
physical. They traded him for Mark Williams because they needed the big man.
Yeah.
Mark Williams seems like a fake name, but continue.
No, he's a real guy.
You got a jersey and everything.
Bad health. He failed his physical, so the Lakers rescinded the trade. So Dalton Connect has to go back into a locker room for a team that just traded him. So, I mean,
Whatever. How about Connects? Y'all remember Connects?
Yep.
Those are tight. What, London?
The Lakers were like, psych.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good, dude. Come on back. I haven't even seen this one. This is just one of, they keep doing this. And Carson Beck looks so awkward.
They both do.
Every single one. She kind of knows more what she's
maybe
doing.
Cringe, I guess, is what I was looking for.
Yeah, cringe is definitely how I feel about Carson Beck.
Cringe
He
is
just
how I feel
stands there
about both
awkwardly
of them.
every time, and he kind of half does whatever they plan on doing. All right, I'm going to end Big Deal, No Big Deal with something that I think is a big deal, and it's awesome, and it's actually very positive for the state of Louisiana. I read this in The Advocate this morning.
Okay.
Louisiana students led the nation in recovering from pandemic learning loss in reading and made the second biggest recovery in math. So Harvard and a bunch of other super smart schools did this study and looked at, okay, how are states recovering from where they were pre-pandemic? And Louisiana is the only state in the country that is stronger in reading now than we were before the pandemic, and one of only 2 states where the math scores are back to pre-pandemic levels.
Hell
So how about
yeah.
that? Thomas Kane, the director for the Center of Education Policy Research at Harvard University, says it really sets Louisiana apart.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, dude. Shout out to our teachers.
Look
Love
at
that.
that.
Shout out Cade Bromley.
Shout out to our teachers. We love you guys. Thank you for everything. Munchies next.
Off the bench.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. All-Star Toyota, there for you when you need a new vehicle. I want to buy a car from you. I don't care if it's used. Because you still get a great Toyota certified used warranty. Maybe you need a service center, a collision center, whatever the case may be. You need a little service up in the car, get a little checkup. Also, Toyota's open to all makes and models. We got free professional estimates, excellent lines of communication, rentals right there on site, factory parts site, quick turnaround times. They're the best. In fact, they're so good. Nah, I was gonna take a shot at Taylor. You know what? I'm just gonna say All Star's awesome. And you also go check them out. They're off of Airline and Goodwood. Go check them out, man.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting, whatever you're getting done, everything is going to be available in all 3 of those processes. Go to the website today, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Welcome back, y'all. Right now, it's time for everybody's favorite segment every single week, and that is Munchies with our guy, Chef Michael Johnson, where he answers all of your culinary queries.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson. Let's eat.
Hey, Chef, what's up, brother? Missed you last week, man. How we doing today?
I'm good, brother. Were you guys just listening to SWV? Is that who that was?
Y'all know better than me. Was that SWV? Yes. I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm always out of my depth on R&B Thursdays, Chef. But so you're not.
No, I mean I know some of it, man. You know, I got a little soul in me.
Okay. So I mean, you be what? What do you pair that with? A little whipped cream?
Late night.
Maybe a little. That's what I'm saying. But what kind of
Yeah.
food? Because so actually, so go ahead.
Chocolate dipped strawberries and some champagne for sure.
Hey now, what about like some bacon and like sausage links?
You can dip bacon in
Ooh.
chocolate too.
Ooh, maybe like just pour a little au jus all over your partner.
man.
Yeah. Eat a little garlic bread off the nipples. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right,
I'm
all
just
right,
kidding. I'm
all
just
right.
kidding.
Okay,
Everybody-
well, I have a Munchies question then. I have one.
Yes, go ahead.
What do you
Okay,
listen
okay,
to?
yes, go on.
What do you listen to in the kitchen when you're cooking?
Yeah, what do you listen to?
What's on the
You know,
playlist?
yes, it kind of depends, right? Like what kind of a because lunchtime is very fast and erratic, so it's usually something more upbeat and faster paced.
Mm-hmm.
But at dinner time, you know, it's a little bit slower and more relaxed. Like and if I'm washing dishes, it's almost always Elton John. You know, like
hell yeah.
I like a little Amos Lee in the kitchen at night. You know, like I had a chef that would compare cooking to making love, and you know, during the day it's a quickie, and at night
it's sensual.
It's about, you know, getting the point through, and so, you know, you slow it down, and so I think the music usually pairs well with that psychology there. Yes.
Let's just keep this train rolling because our first Munchies question of the day came in the chat. #Munchies. Does Chef believe in culinary aphrodisiacs? Like, so, I mean, we always heard oysters were, and now science says they're not, but in my mind, oysters will always make you horny. Do you believe in culinary aphrodisiacs?
I do, and you can call it what it is. Science, I don't think the science proves everything. First of all, the science of yesterday has been disproved today, and the science of today is going to be disproved tomorrow. And
True.
So, I don't necessarily believe that all things are proven through science necessarily. I think that some things are not to be explained, and I do believe in aphrodisiacs. I think that it's the chemistry in the air. I think it's the quality of what you're doing. But the oysters, have always kind of served that purpose for me. And maybe it is the placebo effect. But I definitely dig on oysters, and I think chocolate is definitely one of those. I think that there's certainly food and the act of, I think, sometimes pair well together depending on.
Like, what is the go-to Valentine's Day dinner? Like, is there? Because I know I see a bunch of these already coming in, so let me kind of group all the questions kind of together as one.
Garlic bread on the nipple.
Oh my!
For me, or what do you? Or
I mean,
like,
just like in general, what do you think is always going to kind of play well?
Yeah. So for me, I like cooking in the kitchen with my significant other, and there's like a chemistry that evolves, right? And during the cooking process, the tension kind of builds, and so it's not just about the food that I'm eating; it's about the process of cooking the food with her in the kitchen. But also, I think things that take time, like slow cooking process, maybe something that it's taken me a few days to prepare, because the labor and the energy that goes into it equates to the amount of care that I have for her. That makes sense.
Wow, that's very sweet. Yeah, like an effort and thought being the thing that counts, the journey, not the destination.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. So Poxtani Phil said 6 more weeks of winter, and a cold front has hit South Texas. And Scott wants to know if you have any advice for the homemade chicken and dumplings he's planning to cook today.
Roll your dumplings thinner than what you think. You know what I mean? Because if you're making them from scratch, because when they hit the water and they plump up, like sometimes it's thicker than you want, and they get a little doughy. And if I did one thing with my grandmother in the kitchen, it was spend time watching her do her dumplings, and I was always amazed at how thick they got, even though they were rolled thin. And so, definitely
thick with two
roll your.
C's?
Yeah. Well, so what you're saying, they were growers, not showers. The dumplings.
Oh man, this is a good one that they got.
Hey, Valentine's is in the air, Chef. But no, in all seriousness, you're saying that the pace, like it's going to expand.
Yes, there's definitely some swelling. Yeah.
Oh, you dog, you dirty dog, you. Hashtag Munchies. Bilbo says, I'm helping Miss Bilbo with her Galentine's Day pizza night. Best wine to go with red pizza sauce, and best wine to go with pesto.
Yeah, I think red pizza sauce is going to be a deep red, or at the very least a medium red. Kind of tomato and deep reds go well together. In the words of Hannibal Lecter, maybe a nice Chianti. Something kind of heavy-bodied red, and with pesto, with that oil base, something that's kind of fruity and white. Like a Sauvignon Blanc is going to, I think, go well with a pesto. The fruitiness, and you're kind of looking for something that's slightly acidic, like citrusy almost, to cut through the oil and the fat of the pesto.
Here's a very simple one, Chef, from Daniel. Hashtag Munchies. What's on your ballpark dog? With opening day coming up Friday, in honor of, what's in your ballpark dog?
Yeah, I mean. Gosh, that's a tough one, because I worked in so many ballparks. I have a lot of favorites, man. It's almost kind of where you are is what's going to be best. I love being in Chicago and having a Chicago style dog. I love, it's almost like having a meal on top of a meal.
It is.
The sport peppers, the tomatoes, the green relish. And I have to have yellow mustard on my dog no matter what. I don't care where I'm at. The exception to that is I had a Japa dog in
what?
Vancouver. It's Japa dog, and it's you take a hot dog and put Japanese toppings on it, like oh gosh, what all do they put? They put tofu on it sometimes, but they put like bonito flakes and like
whoa.
Oh man,
sounds amazing.
Yeah, Japadog's a big Northwest thing, but it's kind of a Japanese themed food of izakaya style foods, like little appetizers style foods, like maybe even some. It's not. I don't know if it's ramen in Japanese, but it's kind of ramen style. You know, like when you put even some noodles on it or something of that nature. It's remarkably good, and you put like a soy sauce or a hoisin sauce on it as well, and it's interesting. And I don't know, when you're there, it makes sense. You know, now I am an idiot for a chili cheese hot dog. Anywhere.
Hell yeah,
dude. I can be anywhere and have a chili cheese hot dog. So, but it's gonna have mustard on it too.
It is funny. Like chili cheese dogs are low IQ, but they're wonderful because of that.
Oh God, yeah.
They're good caveman food, right there.
So I've spent so much time in the stadium business that to this very day, if I smell a package of hot dogs, like the wrapper open up and you smell that like raw hot dog smell, I start salivating like Pavlov's dog. I'll eat hot dogs raw cold too. You know, like it's the weirdest thing. I don't know. It's not something that I have control over anymore, man. Like I've worked around the business for so long that, you know, I think I sufficed off of, you know, like my sustenance for a few years was cold hot dogs in the kitchen. You know? Yeah.
I used to smash them growing up. Also, like cold andouille when you're making gumbo, like whenever you slice it up, ready to drop it, I just end up eating like a pound of it every time.
Now I will.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. No, yes.
I
entered. Well, I was going to say, you know, like I am kind of a snob to the type of hot dog now. You know, like I'm not eating an all meat sawdust hot dog. You know, like maybe when I was a kid I might have eaten that stuff, but now it's got to be an all beef, you know, like kosher style hot dog, and it's noticeable difference. You know, like I have to have I'm a you know, bougie to the hot dog now.
Jam says, are raw cold hot dogs an aphrodisiac? Darren says cold raw glizzy is crazy. I told you guys that cold food, guys. Remember, been eating I've been eating leftover smash burgers all week, Chef, because for my birthday I got a brand new 4-burner Blackstone grill outside.
Oh, get out of here,
bro!
man.
It's incredible.
That's
It's been an
awesome.
hour and a half seasoning her up on Sunday. She looks great. She's performing great. Give me something to cook on it this weekend.
Gosh, I don't know. You got smash burger in my head now, man. Like
I know.
It's not my preference to have a smash burger. I like a big meaty, like medium throughout burger, but you know, if done right, a smash burger has its place. And if you like for the kids, like quesadillas, oh my God, man,
Yeah,
your kids
true.
will love you. You know what I mean?
True.
Like quesadillas. When we put quesadillas on the menu here, no matter what the hell's in it, it can be a breakfast quesadilla, it could be a breakfast for dinner quesadilla. You know, like you can put almost anything in a quesadilla, feta cheese and chicken, you know, like and spinach, and it's going to go over well. So I don't know. I think quesadillas is one of those things that goes over really well on a Blackstone. You can do a lot of stuff on a Blackstone, man. You know, like you can make a burrito and put it on the Blackstone and heat it up and do like a grilled burrito. We used to do a pho-rito in Seattle. So you take all the ingredients of pho, noodles, pork belly, all that stuff, and put it and wrap it into a burrito, you know, warm, not with the jus though, not with the broth, and then, you know, like grill it, and then you can dip it and then serve it with a bowl of pho broth, and it's kind of like a mixture between, you know, a Mexican burrito and a Philly cheesesteak.
So
right?
good.
Oh man, it was incredible. And put it on that. Put that on there. You know what I mean? And you can grill your pork belly on there too. You can do your bacon on there, man. Matter of fact, I think you need to throw some bacon on it right now. You know.
So the first thing I did was the burgers, and of course bacon was there as well. But I love breakfast, making the from scratch pancakes, all that. And I did my first breakfast on it, breakfast for dinner earlier this week, and it's funny, things move so much faster. I'm used to using one cast iron pan and having to wash in between everything. But no, this is like I felt a little overwhelmed, but it was super fun.
Chef, when I hear you talk about, obviously like New Orleans got unique cuisine, but when I hear you talk about Seattle, I feel like it's always a little bit different. Like there's some stuff that is very unique to Seattle. I know you've lived a lot of different places, but it does feel like Seattle holds a pretty, big place in your heart just because of all the things you got to do.
It is. I think one of the special things about Seattle is they have really, truly authentic ethnic foods there, right? There's a heavy saturation of, and I think New Orleans does as well, but it's so old and so established that like some of it kind of melds together.
Yeah.
And it kind of has this southern toll to it as well. Whereas in Seattle, the ethnic foods there are very real to their background, and like a lot of the people who have opened those establishments have just immigrated over, and so you're getting truly authentic ethnic foods, which I really love. I love eating Vietnamese food. I love eating Thai food. I developed a really great relationship with the Indian guy who is some of the best curries that we have ever had, and Vietnamese curries or Thai curries rather. I really love that you can go outside of your norm and be there very quickly. They have an international district there that, I had part of my job at both stadiums was going out and building relationships with minority restaurateurs and bringing that into the stadium to celebrate who Seattle was.
Damn.
And so I got to build relationships with dozens, if not 100 chefs that were, really flourishing at what they did. I mean, I know a lot of people that are chefs in Seattle that if you guys go up there, it's just hole in the wall little places that are mom and pop food and just doing it extraordinarily well, man.
I love you, Chef. I could talk to you all day. Unfortunately, we have to go. I'm so freaking hungry now. You have a great day, my friend. Thank you,
you
as
too,
always.
Guys. Take care.
Happy opening weekend. All right, more OTB when we get back.
Off the bench.
Is that Tommy? Is that Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding? That's right. GoTommys.com. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. If you need to schedule reliable window installation service here in Baton Rouge, Tommy's is your answer. Winners of the Angus Service Award every year. They've been in existence now 8 years in a row. They're your home improvement specialist, man. So whether it's Hardy Plank or Vinyl Siding, wood or vinyl windows, any type of door, we got you. We got energy efficient options that save you money, pay for themselves over time. We've got lifetime warranties. How about that, guys? And remember, and Tommy, he's got nearly 30 years of experience. Okay, he's got his 10,000 hours in, worked for somebody else for 20 years, started his own business nearly a decade ago, and it's been kicking ass for a reason. Go Tommys.com. Oops. The Lion's Mane. The Lion's Mane got me, guys. On the dismount. I just snapped my ankle on the dismount, I went for a double full, and I landed on my neck. Oh, geez. Go Tommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends March 5th, 2025.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
You'll be mine forever, baby. You just we belong together.
Come on now, Taylor.
And you know that I'm right.
You know what's meant to be.
Why do you play me now?
Time to let go, Victoria. Come here back to Papa's house. Get some of that garlic bread. Let's talk.
Okay, what is you and garlic
Also,
bread?
you were triggering like your Jason Whitlock with your garlic bread on the nipples.
Yeah, he was.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
When you kept saying
you didn't sound like deep voice guy from Boys.
you did the nipples with Jason Whitlock.
Yeah.
And you were when he reacted to
was
the
I?
George
Oh,
Taylor
the
thing.
peanut butter skin.
You did it the
yeah,
same
whenever
way.
I want to get a little freaky, I can't help it. This kind of voice just comes out.
That's not what we're looking for.
You know, it's a little, let me see them thighs, boy.
Music's gonna make T act up, damn right, Bo. It does make me want just a fat steak. Pretty sure I got a steak in the fridge at home too, so it looks like it's steak night tonight. Let's go. Let's go.
By the way, whenever we started doing like R&B Thursdays,
Yeah.
I had to get my dad to send me like his R&B playlist.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You
like,
got to go with the old heads
I
for
know
R&B.
some R&B, but I had to dig deep for
Yeah.
R&B Thursdays.
You got to go with the old heads on R&B. Hey, let's do a little Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Taylor!
Okay, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, they obviously need to re-sign not only Jamar Chase, but T. Higgins. Both of them's contracts are up. Jamar Chase has been, Joe Burrow has been very vocal about the fact that he wants both of them back. He was on the Pardon My Take podcast yesterday, and he said that he's willing to convert some of his money to signing bonus. He said it would lower the cap hit, just kind of kick the can down the road
How
like the
noble.
New Orleans Saints do. Well, because someone asked, look, you signed a 5-year, $275
No, I get it.
million
I'm saying he's not
extension.
giving up any money, but yeah,
And
I feel it.
he's not giving up the money, and he really wants Chase and T. Higgins both back. I gotta say, I don't think that's a good idea. I would
T.
bring
Higgins
back
front?
Jamar Chase. T. Higgins is great. Problem is, your offense was fine. Trey Hendrickson wants a new deal.
Yeah.
He led the NFL in sacks. You have to bring him back. You have to get multiple pieces on the defensive side of the ball, as well as shore up your offensive line. As good as T. Higgins is, he's about 10th in the pecking order right now.
Yeah,
in
but
terms of
Burrow
needs.
also has to say this publicly. You know what I'm
get it,
saying?
but-
Like, he can't be seeming to favor one of his receivers over the other. I'm sure behind closed doors, I'm not sure. Behind closed doors, I'd probably be like, oh, it's really just Jamar. Like, I mean, whatever happens to T.
No, I mean, Jamar's your one. You got to re-sign him. He's a top 5 receiver. But, I mean, look, T. Higgins is great. You got to move on from T. Higgins.
Speaking of Joe Burrow, big loss for me and Alondra yesterday.
Yeah.
As Joe Burrow and Taylor Rooks were out to eat. Seemingly looked like a date.
So
they both look stunningly beautiful.
They do look beautiful.
She had the cleavage out. He had his pearly whites out. It was...
Maybe I'm being an optimist, but it didn't look like a date to me. It looked more like an event that they were at.
Okay, maybe
and,
so.
Like,
They were
were
drinking
seated together.
They were either drinking white wine or water. So maybe
mean,
you're right.
You be drinking wine at I drink wine at events.
No, so do I. But
Yeah.
I was just saying I didn't see like a deep red in there.
Yeah. I feel like a red is what you go for on a date. Unless
God,
you don't
they
want
both
your
look
teeth
so
to look.
hot,
They do
though.
both look great.
Oh my God. Look, I
There it
mean,
is.
I got to say, those are some big smiles, guys. That might be a date.
big smiles.
Might be a date.
Huge smiles.
There's tension. If it is an
Yeah.
event, there's tension anyway.
Look at
I mean,
her
I'm
smile
only-
in particular. She's leaning
Look at
over.
his.
She's got the.
I'm only
Yeah.
saying it because of the people in the background. It doesn't look like a restaurant setup to me. That's it. But I don't know.
I don't know. Beautiful couple, though.
May have started his business and ended it.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. When you get back, close that hour 2, 3 show. Close out the show.
Off the bench.
Associated Grocers is somebody we've been telling you about over the last couple of days, and T-Bob and I have certainly, done stuff for them in the past.
Yep.
But we want to tell you about the job fair that they've got coming up, and that is on February the 15th. And so that is going to be from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. You can visit agbr.com, click on Now Hiring to start your career today. And they've got multiple positions that are open. So go check out everything they have available. But also, we'll tell you about some of the benefits when you work with them: weekly payroll, family environment, teamwork, yearly increases, paid overtime for hours over 40, guaranteed 40 hours a week with potential overtime, great paid time off, sick leave, 401k. I mean, truly somebody that you want to work with and work for. Go to the website again today, agbr.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Closing out a little R&B Thursday. Hope everybody had a very fun show today. I thought it was a fun show. Granted, we got a little wonky at the clock at times, but, you know, some days are better than others. Right now, though, it's time for a little Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cold Curse Light Visitor, Seltzer, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus, Wheat. Oops. What happened to my YouTube chat? I closed it out. While I bring it up, I want to remind you about Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. Remember, at Pinnacle, we build the spaces, you build memories, and that's what this is about, making your backyard and the backyard of your dreams. You want a brand new pool? You want to get an outdoor kitchen, outdoor living area? You want a turf? You want to put in like a putting green, even a bigger, better fence, bulkheads, pergola, all at Pinnacle. Go to PECbuilt.com. Check out the website, guys. You're going to be blown away with the quality of the work. All right, Ask the Bench. You get one back. 07 Kentucky or 07 Arkansas? I'd rather beat that Arkansas team.
Arkansas.
They had so many good players on it.
Yeah. And they thought they actually won something of note when we still had the crystal ball in the rings. Kentucky was just happy to be there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Ask the Bench. Can you do a PSA that we don't talk about Cagenomics in person or on internet chat boards or mention them live on air?
Just kind of did.
Wink, wink. See y'all there. Ask the Bench. What can OTB do to put itself in the top 5? Have the program director vote us number 1.
Yeah, that would help.
I'm just kidding. I don't know, dude. I think we're moving in the right direction with Tay and Alonzo. Ask the Bench. With Garrett Blunt Jr. getting an offer from UNC, is it time to schedule a prostate exam? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know where that was going. Yes. Addicts of Bench, are toys from Adam and Eve an acceptable Valentine's gift? Absolutely.
Oh, I saw you. Yeah, you had.
You evolve when you realize those are your friends, not your enemies.
Off the Bench.
See you tomorrow, guys. And I wish I could credit who told me that on Twitter, but he's absolutely right, so I apologize. Go to K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com, KTOZblinds.com. Brandon Barton, he has his 10,000 hours, guys. He's built this company up over decades now. And what that means is that when you get that complimentary estimate, he comes into your home and he looks at everything and knows exactly what's going on and tells you exactly what's going on, what your options are, how to bring your home together, bring it to the next level functionally, aesthetically, and it's at all price points. Go to KTOZblinds.com.
Yeah, go to the website today, see what they can do for you, schedule your appointment, have them come out because they're going to know your space in like 10 minutes tops. They're going to know exactly what you need. You tell them kind of what you're looking for, and they're going to go above and beyond and certainly meet your expectations, but you're going to be blown away with what they can do for you, your home, your business. K2ZBlinds.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the one